got the Gem Tack glue, 118mm, and the multi-use glue as well. Both of those, believe it or not, in this deal for you. I've just quickly got...
Jewellery makers, how are you? Lovely to have your company this Easter Sunday. I had to think what day of the week it was then. Perhaps it's because my alarm went off a little bit, an hour too early, and it was a little bit of a shock to the system. I hope you've had a fantastic Easter break so far. We've got so much to bring you throughout the course of the morning, including inspiration from this wonderful lady. Always a joy, always a pleasure. It's our wonderful Fleur. How are you doing, honey?
I'm okay.
You're okay. You're a bit bunged up, aren't you?
Yeah, a bit bunged up, but I'm fine.
Bless you. And I think it's me that is guilty for that.
Yeah, you're the culprit. Yeah.
I think I gave it to you last time as well, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, yeah. But sharing is caring. So, you obviously care about
me.
me.
Stop sharing your diseases.
Yeah, so I do apologise if I cough a lot in the background.
Oh, well, you and I together will sound amazing then. We'll try not to cough down the microphones too much this morning. We've got so much to bring you. Now, if you are an aspiring chainmail worker or you are an existing chainmail worker, we have got a show which is absolutely jam-packed. In fact, it's the biggest quantity that I've ever seen, actually, of variations of jump rings, etc. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. We have got, oh gosh, black matrix opal. This is an opal show where we're bringing you some of the rarest and most sought after. Black matrix opal, which is just astonishing. And we also have got the most amazing, stunning blue opal. Shall I show you, actually? I'm going to show you the blue opal first. Because, I mean, look at the... Have you ever seen blue opal with that colour before?
Never with that colour. It's truly beautiful.
It's kind of neon, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't you think it's like a very Disney princess blue as well?
It is.
Absolutely stunning.
Yes, absolutely, because of the intensity. I mean, sometimes, yeah, baby blue, we've seen that before, but this is baby blue with a certain amount of electricity, I suppose, best way that I can think of describing it. This is coming up about 9 o'clock, might be a little bit before, might be a little bit after. So don't go anywhere if you want to get hold of this. And by the way, super affordable, by the way. So going to be at a price point which should be within everybody's budget. Now, coming up about 10 o'clock, black matrix opal. Now, the most valuable, the most desirable opal, arguably, is black opal, because this is the way I always describe it. If you imagine a big storm where you've got thunder and lightning and a lot of activity going on, and then you imagine that by day and then imagine it by night. Obviously it's going to be more of a spectacle by night because of obviously the darkness, so you're going to see the landscapes, etc. Come to life. The same applies with black opal in actual fact. So you'll see the play of colour within, and what I love about this is there are literally flashes of reds, like little galaxies, I suppose. Little tiny galaxies. Can you see that? Can you see those dustings of reds, blues, greens? Incredible. It's coming your way a little bit later on this morning. Now, shall we start? As it's a chainmail show, but as we have got the wonderful Fleur here, I think we should start with jump rings.
Yeah.
But these aren't just any jump rings. These are Marks and Spencer's jump... No, I'm only joking. No, I did sound like I was going into an advert then, didn't I?
Yeah, I think that's
They're not just any jump rings though, and you'll see the difference because they are obviously of really big size. You've got the matrix box with all the different colours, your yellow gold, your silver, your rose gold, and also these beautiful coppers. 160 pieces in total. So, Fleur, do we use these in the same way that we would any other jump ring?
Yeah, exactly the same. I had these as a challenge quite a few weeks ago, and they're amazing. I work with really large jump rings on screen, so you can see where the patterns go in. And these, if you want to learn patterns, and a lot of people say, oh, where do I get the big colourful jump rings from? If you want to learn the patterns, this matrix box is absolutely perfect.
Because they are that bit bigger.
Because they're bigger, you can see where the pattern's going, you can practice with them. And I opened and closed one jump ring 50 times and never marked it at all.
Wow, one of these?
Yeah, one of those ones. Yeah, I tested it. I did a product test live, and I was playing about with them, and it doesn't mark at all. They are absolutely brilliant, but they are standalone jump ring jump rings as well, if you like, because you could do a big Mobius ring with them and put 10 in there and have a big statement pendant.
Supersize your chainmail. I love that idea. So great for your beginners and also your existing established chainmail workers as well. And if you're wondering, how do I do chainmail? Very historical method of jewellery making, which we'll talk about some more throughout the course of the show. Very addictive as well. Lots of males and females get involved with chainmail. And a great way, or you just need jump rings basically, and a couple of pliers.
Yep, 2 pairs of pliers, flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers, and your jump rings, and that's all you need.
And you are away. Yep. So incredibly addictive. Would these be used as kind of like a feature? So could you maybe attach smaller jump rings onto these as well?
Definitely. So you could have this as your main feature ring, and then you can chainmail away from it, or you could do the whole piece in this large, because there is a huge fashion statement at the minute for big chunky chains. So you could make handbag straps and belts, so it's like supersized chainmail.
I love that idea, and we don't see the 16mm size very often. Now these are precision cut as well, so they are all open jump rings, as you can see on the graphics. So what that means is you haven't got to then go in with a saw blade and make sure that they're all cut. We've done that for you, and you just heard Fleur highlighting the fact that these are of real quality. You can open and close them multiple times and they haven't damaged the colouring of your copper jump rings at all. Getting all 4 colours, so that's working out, let me see, is that 40? Yeah, 40 each. Approximately 40 in each of those colours, so you can definitely get Mobius rings out of that.
Definitely, yeah. And like we were saying about, you know, if you want to use these just for learning your weaves, I tend to only use 4 colours anyway when I'm setting out a demo. I don't use any more than 4 colours because you can then see the pattern differential between all 4 colours. So perfect that you've got those different colours.
And they work really lovely together, don't they, those colours and tones, which are again very fashionable. Sharon in Essex, good morning, my darling. She says, happy Easter. These are great. I've used them to cage 12mm gemstones. That's a good idea. What, like kind of like a bezel set?
Well, you can do a caged, a box cage. So you actually set it inside, and it looks like a little cage around it, and you only need a few of those jump rings then for that.
Around a 12mm gemstone as well, so that's really substantial.
Yeah, it'd look beautiful as a feature pendant.
Yeah, I bet it would, like on an elongated chain. Yeah. Let's bring that price tag in for you. Happy Easter, everybody. Should be £29.95. Never mind that, though. We're all about the Easter deals. First time we're bringing it to you at a price slash. So the most affordable that these have ever been on your screens. Not £29.95. Instead, £10 back in your pocket in £19.95. Get it whilst you can. Great to start chain mailing, because I get it. I mean, I've watched Fleur countless times, and Fleur is very addictive and a wonderful mentor and a wonderful teacher to watch, which you'll see throughout the course of the designer inspiration. So do stay with us and you'll learn how to make various different chainmail links,
patterns, patterns.
And if you actually get these, then you'll see what Fleur is referring to. It's a lot easier to follow.
Yes, it is a lot easier to follow. And not only that, the storage box with this, because you can get so many. Because I've got this matrix collection at home. I've got 2 of them, and I've used one completely, and I've filled it out, and I can get about 400 or 500 jump rings in each of those sections of our normal size jump rings.
Wow.
So as a storage box as well, and I know that storage is everything, you know, if you're crafting in a smaller area, you need lots of storage. So the box is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, invaluable. Yeah. We all need to look at the practicality of this as well. More jump rings coming your way. Oh, wait, these are textured ones now. Again, I'm thinking with the 16 mil. So you can mix certain sizes of jump rings together, can't you?
Definitely, yeah. A lot of patterns will have a couple, sometimes 3 or 4 sizes of jump rings within them. So, and you can also, you know, adapt a pattern. So if one pattern has just one size, have a play. You know, have a play with using different sizes within that jump ring, within that weave, and you'll see the different patterns that you can create.
And textures,
yeah. Textures.
Like a high shine alongside like the textures like these. I've not seen these before. They're beautiful, aren't they?
They're very Italian, aren't they?
Very Italian.
They're very designer Italian. If you just put 3 of those on a chain and not do anything with them, just link them onto a chain, they'd look beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. Just use them as, well, we often talk about that charm bracelet, don't we? And I've also mentioned Chloe Jones, our production manager. You know, she's got, from that same establishment, certain jewellers in London anyway, and she wears a chain, which is simple chain, and it's got a couple of jump rings on. That's it. It's just like this, and looks so beautiful. I mean, look at that luster. It's kind of got wonderful texture, which is playing with the light beautifully. And of course, then add that to your wonderful chainmail designs, and it's only going to be added to. Yeah,
it's very contemporary. It creates a beautiful look.
I bet that's an amazing bracelet. Yeah. And you were saying, I saw something on Facebook that you saw. Who made that bracelet? And that was in rose gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Elsa. Oh, I can't remember her surname now. She's a 1970s. She was a big model in the 1970s, and she's now a jewellery designer. But she does chainmail. They're called mesh bracelets, but it was £7,250 for just, and it's just a European 4-in-1 chainmail weave with a twist in the front. And yeah, I think the sterling silver one was over £1,000.
Wow. So goes to show. And the beauty of chainmail is what one person makes, once you've got the pattern mastered, what one person makes will look no different to what another person makes.
That's it. With the first kit they were doing, if anybody recreated all of those and we put them all together, you would never see which one was mine and which one was somebody else's.
You wouldn't be able to tell. There's no way of differentiating. You're getting 100 in total. They're 9mm in their size, textured, not just on the exterior, but also on the inside as well. Again, so really adding to the luxury sense of these jump rings. It's not just chainmail, don't forget, because you can use, I mean, they're essential for any jewellery making. Already, Angela's buying 5 of these. I'm not surprised. Gillian's multi-bought as well, because you know you're going to need your jump rings to chainmail. I mean, that's like you can't have you can't make polymer clay without polymer clay, can you?
No. I'm just thinking with that beautiful blue opal, just to do a simple bracelet with having one of these rose gold jump rings in between blue opal, that would be. That would just look like it had walked out of a very high-end jeweller's.
Oh, it would. That colour contrast would be amazing. Already web bidders checking out and telephone bidders there as well. This is why. For 100 jump rings, £9.95. And the quality that we produce and offer here at Jewellery Maker is, I truly believe, second to none. And I know you second that.
Yeah, definitely. Our jump rings that are produced here are absolutely the best quality I've ever worked with, and I've bought jump rings from all over the world because there wasn't very many sellers in the UK, so they did come from America and Canada and Australia. These are so precision cut that just with one small movement of putting it back together, it goes back together so beautifully and flush.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't see, especially when they're held together like so, you can't see that join, can you? Especially with that texture as well. It really hides and masks it. And again, very, very, very few retailers can actually emulate that precision, which comes down to sort of is it the width of the...
The width of the blade, yeah. So these are so precise. They almost look like they've been laser cut because they're so precision cut. And to cut, because this is slightly thicker metal than our normal jump rings as well. So to be able to cut through that thicker metal takes a lot more precision than it does on a thinner metal, because you can fracture the metal down and have what we call burrs, but these have no burrs at all.
No, and you showed me a lovely piece earlier on your phone. This will look lovely with copper too, won't it?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, if you put these
really beautiful copper. I've got to move on because I've got so much more to bring you. Do check out as soon as you possibly can. Should we stick with the jump rings? I think so. We're going to get it all sorted. You're going to be sorted for your chainmailing for months upon months if you stick with us this morning. And of course the inspiration from the wonderful Fleur. Okay, moving on to okay. Oh, I'm liking this with these with what you've just seen. Look at these. That was my arm. Before we even go anywhere with that, that was my arms. Just in case anyone wondered what that trumpy noise was.
Not doing that again.
Not again.
Not again.
Not again. These are beautiful. Don't you think these are what you've just seen?
Yeah.
Could you incorporate the 12mm jump rings with the 9mm jump rings?
Yeah, yeah. I've just I did this on Thursday night and I forgot I didn't get a chance to finish it, but this is using the same sort of pattern jump rings. So this is a dragon scale.
That's amazing, Fleur.
Yeah, you could use the two together. So if you did use the rose gold with that in this kind of weave, it would look beautiful, and because the texture's just so gorgeous on them.
I mean, but that looks amazing, like you've got it there, and I love that dragon scale.
Dragon scale, yeah.
That's fantastic. I think that's one of my favourite.
Yeah, it is one of the ones that everybody loves.
Yeah, really fantastic, because it kind of layers, almost like fish scales as well.
Yeah, and
that sort of layers on top of each other.
Yeah.
I can imagine that turned into a mermaid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. I'll get one of the wire workers to make a mermaid body, and I'll make the tail.
Make the torso and the hair and everything. Yeah, you make the tail.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? These are beautiful and already very, very popular. I'm not surprised by that. They are that bit bigger. Great for incorporating in all different types of jewellery. Like I said, I know we're talking about chainmail specifically right now, but you need your jump rings to finish off pieces of jewellery.
Yeah, if you've got any of the large aluminium chains that you make your jewellery from, you want a large pattern jump ring to go with it, or to have a feature in the middle, or to attach a pendant. These are perfect for that. So if you are a wire worker, because we know we do have these wires as well. We have the damask wires.
We've got some coming up actually, or patterned wires. Yeah, and this is the damask, so it's got that really beautiful decadent texture, which really sort of is reminiscent of your Italian style jewellery, etc. Who love to play with texture as well. You know, how the performance of light across the exterior of the surface. Again, lots of you multi-buying. Good morning, Caroline, Janet, Dorothy, Laura, Jill, Susan's. Sandraline, nice to be with you. Sorry, Sandaline, I beg your pardon. Angela, nice to be with you. Carol in Oxfordshire. You are getting 50 of these. They are the big substantial jump rings of 12mm in there. Thickness is 1.5, so go great with, like Fleur said. Hang on a minute, £5.95. £5.95. I was expecting this to be more considered, or these, just because they are that bit thicker and that bit bigger. Logic would tell me.
Do you know that'd take about an hour to an hour and a half to make those jump rings, and I don't work for £5.95 an hour.
No, I should hope not.
That's less than minimum wage, isn't it?
I should hope not. You're a talented lady.
So yeah, if you think about it in that respect, if you opened all those out, that's quite a fair bit of wire that's being used to create these, and all the pressure of making those jump rings and cutting them so flush has been taken away, and you can just use them as soon as you get them.
I don't think you could even buy the wire at that price, could you?
I don't think you could. I don't think
you
you
know,
could.
the amount of wire that's gone into all of these 50 jump rings, I don't know if you could buy it for £5.95. Needless to say, lots and lots and lots of jewellery makers on the phone lines. If you've got your damask wire as well, or your aluminium wire, or any of your thicker gauges, they'll work wonderfully, just because they're sort of emulating that thickness as well. Got to move on, stay where you are though, because we're going to bring you that same beautiful pattern, but slightly smaller. So again, use the different sizes. Could you do your dragon's weave?
Those ones, no, with the smaller ones, but there's lots of weaves you can do with these. So
Persian?
You could, what size of the wire? 1.5? Yeah, you could do a Persian with that. That's no problem. You could do a half Persian. But we've got 2 demos, hopefully, in the first kit. We're going to do both of them. You could use these as an example.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
They are stunning, aren't they? They're so lovely.
It's how they play with the light, you know. Silver, and this is silver plated obviously, so you've got the silver over the surface of your copper. Silver is the most lustrous of your precious metal, and you can really see that lustre when you add texture to it.
It's almost like it's been diamond like diamond cut.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. So again, it's going to look amazing, just adding that sense of sparkle. Is there any way of, I mean, if you wanted to, I don't think you'd need to, but can you add colour to these?
You could definitely have a go with the F colours and the resins and have them as bezels. You could fill them with resin as well. Yeah, I bet there is some way you could, because it's got the e-coating. You can't put some of the patinas won't sink into it because it has got that e-coating on it. But I bet there is a way that you could. I bet there is a way.
To be honest, I doubt, I'm saying that, I doubt anybody would want to, because they're beautiful on their own, aren't they? They don't need anything doing to them, but just trying to sort of think outside the box, I suppose, and it didn't really work. Anyway...
I'll have a go, though. I'll have a go, because it would be nice to see if we can colour them with some of the patinas that we've got.
Just to get into sort of maybe the actual grain of the texture. 50 in total you're getting. These are 9mm jump rings, £3.95.
Wow.
So wait, how many does it take to make a Mobius ring?
3. 3 is the minimum.
That's a lot of Mobius rings.
Yeah, and we're going to do the butterfly wings as well today as well. So the butterfly wing takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11, about 10 or 11.
10 or 11?
Yeah. And
you can do multiple butterflies, and we're doing that today. And you can use these jump rings. Gosh, so that means, hang on a second, so you can get 5, I can't do the maths. That's about, what, 80 pence per butterfly? 80 pence. A pair of earrings then for £1.60, approximately. I'm doing that in my head and it's very early in the morning. Lots of you getting involved, absolutely beautiful. Again, I like that combination where you can use the texture, you've got the different colours. Again, I did say first thing this morning that we've probably got the most jam-packed morning for any chain mailers out there. So if you could, by the way, I didn't get a chance to do it this morning, but just spread the word out on your various forums and your various different social media groups that Fleur has got a really incredible chainmail show lined up for you. Do you know, another key to your chain mailing is how to finish them, because they can be quite substantial pieces. For example, I'm thinking of your chainmail turquoise necklace that you have. It's quite weighty.
Yes,
Wearable, obviously, but it's quite weighty because of the amount of precious metal you've got in there, and of course the genuine gemstones. These have almost sold out, by the way, so do check out as soon as you possibly can. So, clasp is a big thing. Oh, here we go. I got it. So clasp is a big thing. You want something which has got, obviously, substance to it, something that it has got durability, has got weight behind it, and is going to be able to support the jump rings, especially if you start going into all of the big weaves, etc. That needs, and it looks right. Yeah, it does. You have to have a clasp that matches the weave. It's exactly the same as you've got a very fine chain for a necklace. You don't want a huge big clasp on a very fine chain, but because chainmail tends to be a little bit more substantial, you need that nice big clasp to complement it. Yeah, absolutely. Now these, you're actually in 3, and I'll position 1 just behind. Oh, that's why, because they keep joining each other together. These are your magnetic clasps. Now first and foremost, anybody that wears a pacemaker, obviously we don't recommend wearing magnets for obvious reasons, but these look beautiful with your chainmail because they have got the perfect size, really, from your 7mm jump rings right the way up to your 16mm jump rings. And they've also got a real practicality to them. I am a magnet class girl. Most of my pieces, which I wear, have got magnetic class attached to them, just simply because I can't be doing with the old hands behind the head trying to do the lobster clasp up. Can't be doing with it. I can't do that, and then flicking the bracelet. Yeah. That one. Oh, the bracelet swing. Yeah, the bracelet swinging. Yeah, you know, and you're there for, I wonder how many hours of our lives we spend doing. Yeah. Far too many, I think. Whereas with a magnetic clasp, it's as easy as this. I'll take one. Not only, in fact, I'll show you first. It's got a double, can you see? A double locking So that just twists, and these are very easy. Obviously, it'll be a lot easier when you've got a piece of jewellery attached. So it twists out like so, and pulls like so. Then we just hold it in the same vicinity as each other, and you can see that it literally snaps together and turn. It's as good as that. And you can do it literally behind the back of your head. I'm such an advocator. I'm doing it now just without looking. There we go. I'm such an advocator of these clasps, just because I think they save so much time. And it means you're going to be able to enjoy your pieces of jewellery.
I've got pieces of jewellery in my jewellery box that I won't wear because I can't get them done up.
Yes,
So
Andy.
I sort of like leave them to one side. They look pretty on the stands on my dressing table, but I won't wear them because I can't do them up because either clasp's too fiddly or...
Isn't that a crying shame?
Yeah, it is,
I think that was the first... I think that's what prompted me to buy these, because I did a big auction. It was when I was working on a USA channel, and literally people will buy not just one, they'll buy sort of 10 in terms of quantity. You're getting 3 in a pack here, which is amazing. I was selling them singly before. And every piece pretty much, including my bracelets, because it's so much easier for your bracelets as well. Again, you just literally have to hold in the same vicinity and they snap together. It just saves me so much time. Yeah. And I actually wear all my pieces of jewellery now, as opposed to having them, rummaging around in the bottom.
And the fact that these have got the extra lock as well, so that if a child did pull the necklace or your bracelet or it get caught, you know that it's got that stability there because it's got that little locking mechanism as well.
It's a really good point, actually. I hadn't thought of that as well. So when little Bubba does decide to start swinging on my necklaces...
Yeah, it won't come undone.
Won't come undone, hopefully. Hopefully, well, it's more like the chain or strangle me, because they are so incredibly secure. Absolutely adore these. I'm a massive advocate of them. They should be coming your way for all 3, mind, not just the one. At £6.95, that's an incredible price. Can I just let you into a secret? I used to bring one magnetic clasp, one, for more than what you're seeing on your screens right now. And they used to sell in their hundreds. Hundreds. You're getting 3 at a should-be price of £6.95. But today, because it's Easter, lots of Easter eggs being consumed, I hope, £4.95. Just see why. I mean, you could take these and maybe put them on your sort of capsule pieces and then move them around. But do you see why I've got probably 10s and 20s of these clasps? I have one per necklace.
Yeah, definitely.
At that price point, why wouldn't you? You know, it just saves so much time. And multi-buy, yeah, absolutely. If I could put... and I wouldn't do this, obviously, because I don't want to step on any toes, but if I could put a message to some customers that I have sold to in the past saying, I'm doing magnetic clasps and you're getting 3 for £4.95, they wouldn't believe me. Just because they're not only practical, they are also really beautiful as well, because they do work with all the different sizes of jump rings as well, don't they?
Yeah, and all your cords as well, so you can use them for multiples, different mediums.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure you could bake these into your polymer clay as well.
Yes,
so you can have a polymer clay.
Kumihimo.
Yeah, definitely.
You can glue into these as well.
Yeah.
You can attach pretty much everything really.
Yeah.
Macrame.
Yeah.
Any wire work.
Those, yeah.
So very, very multifunctional. Well done. Do stay where you are on those phone lines. Check out as soon as you possibly can. It is a very, very busy morning already, as you can imagine. Easter Sunday, lots of Easter Sunday deals. Now, we've got an Easter deal coming your way. July's birthstone. And you're going to absolutely adore this. Talk about the king of gemstones. And I was reading about it last night, trying to go to bed nice and early last night because obviously the clocks went forward. So I was thinking, right, you know, I'm going to lose an hour, try and get to sleep out. And in the end, I start reading about gemstones, doing a bit of research, which I do genuinely on a daily basis. And when I was reading about rubies on the GIA website, well, it is one of your Easter deals and it's coming up next. Now, obviously, some people know, some people don't know that we do train in accordance to the GIA. Most of your hosts here at Jewellery Maker will be accredited jewellery professionals, meaning we have to sit exams. Quite rightly so as well. If we're talking about gemstones on a daily basis, we should hopefully know our stuff. Anyway, I like to research it because I do find it absolutely fascinating, and on a regular basis I'll revisit gemstones that I've known about maybe for many, many years. It's always good to refresh yourself, isn't it? I was reading about rubies last night on the GIA website, the Gemological Institute of America, which is the biggest institution in this business. And it was actually saying about rubies specifically, and we were talking about that how you value it was talking about how you value the gemstones. So colour saturation is key. Colour is king. You've heard me say that before, hopefully. But the brightness is really, really important. So for example, if you've got a primary red ruby, which has got, I guess, is lacking a certain amount of presence, a dullness to it, but then you've got a ruby which maybe is lacking a little bit of that primary colour but has got a real sense of life, then that one would actually be the more valuable. It's also a little known fact that inclusions are not necessarily a negative. Many people perceive inclusions as a negative. In fact, many gemstones, they enhance the value of the gem. Rubies is one of those, because within a ruby, often referred to as silks. Those silks, as long as those the silks or stroke inclusions don't block the light, then they're not a negative. But inclusions or silks can encourage light, because you can imagine a little bit like labradite does. Do you know how light sort of enters into the gemstone and labradite brings you that wonderful labradescence? So you see that spectrum of colours. The same applies or can apply within ruby. Those silks and inclusions will trap the light and make it glow. That's why Madagascan ruby is usually very included, but has an ability to glow from the inside out. So I just wanted to recap that with you, because I think it's something we don't talk about nearly enough when we bring you rubies. And hopefully we'll emphasise the fact that inclusions are not a negative. Now, that said, this beautiful gemstone has got that presence, it's got inclusions, it's got what we call silks. So again, they're kind of like tiny threads. Don't forget, they can encourage the value of a gemstone. And the average carat weight of a ruby is 2 carats. So it is one of the bigger gemstones in terms of its average carat weight. But it's also one of the most expensive, and there are such varying different degrees of quality. Now, you're going to be absolutely astounded by this. How many people in your circle of loved ones and friends do you know that own a 2.35 carat ruby solitaire? Now, I love the fact that Mike, my director, has gone right up close and personal with this ruby, because you can start to see those lovely silks. Can you actually see how the gemstone has progressed and how it's formed? This is a natural ruby as well. 95% of the world's ruby will be what we call fissure filled. So cracks and crevices within the gemstone will be filled with a glass-like resin that can encourage the colour, that can enhance the colour, or stabilise the gemstone. When you've got a natural ruby, believe me, it's exceedingly rare. And obviously you can see the depth of colour and that glow that we were referring to. Already lots of you getting involved. Now, I'm so excited by these birthstone kits, because I've seen a tanzanite one sold out yesterday. We had an amethyst one sold out yesterday. This is going to be exactly the same. I want to get this for the little one, her birthstone, if she's born on her due date, that is. And just imagine having a newborn that already owns a 2 carat ruby. Well, it's possible here at Jewellery Maker. It is possible, because we make some of the world's most aspirational gemstones affordable. Now, but there's not enough of them to go around. This is the connector. I wanted to show you the ruby itself, wanted to show you the quality of the ruby and the fact that it is totally unenhanced. Wanted to get up close and personal with the gemstone so you can see the quality and you can see those lovely silks across the formation of the gemstone. You're also getting a lot of sterling silver, including 3 jump rings, including the 2 lengths of your sterling silver chain. Sorry, not 3 jump rings, 5 jump rings of your sterling silver chain, which just literally attaches to either side, and go turn that upwards so you can see it. You have got your solid sterling silver charm, which you can incorporate or not. It's up to you. I personally would use that for something different. And also and also your sterling silver lobster clasp. 10 pieces. This is high end, don't you agree? Really beautifully high end. Quality ruby, energy of colour. Apparently, I mean, our should-be price is just simply astounding. This is one of the most expensive. In fact, I'm going to rephrase that. Rubies usually are the most expensive coloured gemstones on the planet. Usually, or certainly one of. Probably up there with your Prima tourmaline. We're not bringing a 2.35 carat solitaire, natural solitaire of ruby at £29.95 today. It's Easter Sunday. £10. Do you see the pattern? It is crazy, Mike. You're absolutely right. It is. Is it any surprise that our tanzanite one sold out yesterday? Is it any surprise the amethyst? This, I actually think, is one of the best value, because you can actually buy tanzanite and amethyst a lot more affordably than you can ruby.
Do you know, if you did get the tanzanite and the amethyst one, and you get this ruby one, can you imagine just having those three in the middle and using them together in one special piece? That would be amazing. But just by itself, just as it is a standalone ruby, I thought that it would be about £40 just for that ruby.
For the ruby alone, without the sterling silver? Yeah, totally. Because, I mean, you can see it's surrounded. Yeah.
And that heart is huge. It's got that. It's not really a charm. That's more of a pendant for me.
Well, yeah,
that's a pendant sort of like size. So you could stamp onto that, pop somebody's like name on there.
Yeah, you're right to point that out as well, Fleur, because look how substantial it is. I'm with you on this. I'm going to be joining it. I'm going to be treating it to the little one, for the little one, as you know. How many newborns can say that they own ruby? Well, our circle of friends might do, because they shop with Jewellery Maker. Now, I absolutely adore this necklace. I've got the matching necklace for that incredible birthstone piece. It's another Easter deal, and it's up next. I was sorting out my jewellery box the other day. I do it quite regularly, not just because it needs tidying, just because I do like to sort of see the pieces of jewellery that I wear and that I own. And I bought, gosh, I'm going back probably about, let me see, a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, when I bought myself my first pair of ruby earrings. And they're in sterling silver, on shepherd hooks, and they were almost identical to this pendant. I then, at a later stage, it wasn't at the same time, but I bought the matching pendant for it. And I believe staff costs, because obviously I benefit from staff costs, I believe I paid, I think it was about £39 or something like that. Amazing value. Sterling silver, a lot of sterling silver, and incredible quality ruby as well. I still wear it to this day on regular occasions in the matching pair of earrings, and feel very special that I do own such pieces, because obviously $39.95 is no reflection of the true value or worth. Can I just say, this piece here is going way lower, and it's a bigger ruby than I actually own in my pendant, and there's a lot of sterling silver. Wait till you see this, Fleur, because you just said to me then, it's a beautiful ruby, that L. So wait till you see the pendant as well. How much would you expect to pay? There is over 6 grams, yeah? How much would you expect to pay for a ruby pendant like so? In unison, the gallery said, wow. Look at the curves. Look at the curves of the sterling silver. Look at the quality of the ruby, which is totally natural. Again, you can see that intensity of colour, those primary hues. You can see the brightness of the gemstone, how the light influences, and again, that's genius silversmith work as well, allowing the ruby to see the sunlight basically at the same time as being bezel set. The curves of your sterling silver, the depth of the pendant itself. You're not just getting this though, although it could easily be threaded onto any of your sterling silver chains that you've already got maybe within your jewellery jewellery selection. You've also got the length of chain here, which measures, let me see, 50 centimetres, is it? 45 centimetres. This is your oval length, so it's really substantial, and it needs to be to support the size of the pendant. You've got your lobster claw, and you've got your 2 jump rings. It's basically as close to being a finished piece of jewellery that we can be here at Jewellery Maker. Now, it's going to take you, what, seconds, Fleur, to put this together?
Yeah, just seconds, yeah. Just open 2 jump rings, attach it all together.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
So great for beginners.
Yeah, absolutely. But what an amazing piece is your beginner piece.
I know.
Can you imagine
I
saying,
made
oh, yeah,
this
made
for
this
you.
jewellery?
I made this for you. Yeah, people aren't going to believe you, are they?
No.
Because you wouldn't believe. And I tell you what else you'll be really surprised at is just how affordable that we can bring it to you at as well. If you're new to Jewellery Maker, this is what we can do and what we do best. We should be launching this at $19.95, but we're going low, low, low. Any July babies out there, or anybody in your family that you know celebrates their birthday in the July month, this is their birthday. Wait. I almost went into that Vicar of Dibley then. You know the guy that goes, no, yes. Kim, what are you doing? Now, hang on a minute. Am I right in saying that the ruby, one of the most expensive, one of the most expensive gemstones on the planet, has just been brought at a launch price of a more affordable price than what we did yesterday? Yes, I thought so.
With that pendant, some of those very, very talented wire workers out there would be able to make that into a ring with some sterling silver wire, because you've got all the anchor points around the side. So you could make that into a ring as well.
Turn it into a suite even.
Yeah.
At that price point, Fleur, you could.
Yeah, I'd be buying about 3 or 4.
And me,
Yeah.
I'd be thinking again, earrings, pendant,
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah. My daughter's 13 this year, and she always asks for presents for her friends that are coming up to 13, and I always say about £15.
Yeah.
I have about £15. She usually gets like a voucher for that music shop, but
Yeah.
I can give them a
Genuine
pendant
ruby.
and sterling silver.
I mean, how much would they love this as well?
They would adore it. Everybody would adore it. That just goes across all the age ranges, because it's that beautiful heart, and because it's slightly asymmetric heart, it appeals to the younger ones as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as
We were talking about it yesterday, actually, because we had identical, identical commission, but it was with a different gemstone. Sold at a higher price point, by the way, and all sold out. But we were talking about stylised hearts,
Yeah.
and this is a stylised
Yeah,
heart, isn't it?
it is.
So amazing. You can see just the dimensions. I should point that out, actually. So 33 points in your ruby. Over 6 grams of sterling silver in total, and you have got a good, what's that, 1.5 centimetres, 2 centimetres in terms of its length, and obviously its depth as well, and the curves that you get and how that light performs. Well done. Check out though as soon as you possibly can. Fabulous gift opportunity as well.
and to bezel set something like that is so much more difficult than to prong set.
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, I
workmanship.
don't think you'd be able to.
It takes a lot of practice to bezel set like that.
Absolutely. Now, what else do we have? I did say it was going to be an exciting show. We have got a brand new opal strand. It's blue opal, but then it's not like any blue opal that I've ever seen. Look at the energy. Look how it glows internally. Fleur was saying it's quite Disney-like. Yes, it is. It is quite, whimsical.
Yeah, like that Cinderella. It's a Cinderella type.
It is actually. Yeah, you can imagine sort of in the Cinderella dress, can't you?
Yeah.
Coming your way in a few minutes' time, so not long to wait for that. But before we do, let's continue with your wonderful, wonderful opportunities. A sterling silver, again, there are only 30 of these. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to show you the pendant, because I think that's where... When I say pendant, it can be whatever you want it to be. You've got a lovely vine, solid sterling silver. Look at the texture. Isn't that beautiful? I'm thinking straight away pendant, but you could incorporate this into...
I'd have that in the pearl knotted piece and have it off centre.
Love that idea. Because there is 2 connectors on either side. So it could easily go like so. Oops. Oops, oops. Yeah, however you want to, you choose to wear it really. Maybe wear it as a sort of horizontal piece. You've also got sterling silver, a necklace, full sterling silver necklace, so no need to add clasps or anything to this. It already comes complete. Low in stock, we've only got 30 of these available, and wait till you see the next components, because these I've never seen before, and I'm going to lean very much on our beautiful Fleur for her knowledge, because they are called wire end tips.
Wire guardians, yeah.
Wire what?
I call them wire guardians.
Wire guardians.
Yeah. These are amazing. These are what professional jewellers will use for the ends of their necklaces and bracelets, and to attach a clasp to, because it protects your threading material from the clasp, because the clasp is the bit that moves the most. So the jewellery, so if that was a silk or a beading thread or a satin cord, it will move and it will start to wear through. Yeah. This, what you do is you use them a little bit like almost like half a running track for your beading thread. So you go up through one side, there's a little hole on the bottom, across the top and down through the other, pop your crimp on, and then you can push it together so it makes a beautiful horseshoe shape and just creates a really lovely ending for your necklace. Because as we all know, we always look at the back rather than the front.
We are well oversubscribed. Oh, yeah. I just totally, I quoted our Kimber then. Oh, we're well oversubscribed, Al. 11. Are you kidding me? These are solid sterling silver. Surely you'd expect to pay that for your wire guardians, as you said, or the sterling silver chain. Yeah. Most definitely this beautiful feature here. Yeah. Of course we're well oversubscribed. I feel like I should do this with that, Kim. Do you reckon I'm going to be a cool mum? I don't. Yeah. I cringe at myself sometimes.
You are.
How do you do the click thing? I don't even know how you do it. No, I can't do it. So, anyway, should we move on? Should we just move on? We'll edit it. Don't worry. We'll edit it. Live television, it's not. No, honestly, yeah. Amazing. Well done. Of course, it is going to be a sellout. Is it time? It is time for that wonderful blue opal. Now, we have got an amazing, amazing opportunity in terms of quantity, in terms of affordability. I've never seen blue opal like this before, and I genuinely mean that. And we're lucky here at Jewellery Maker, and I know Kim is a massive fan of blue opal. We're lucky here at Jewellery Maker to have a source. I don't know, it's not plentiful by any stretch of the imagination, but of blue opal. But there's a big difference between one strand to what you're seeing right now. All are absolutely incredible, but this is some of the most energetic, I keep wanting to say. Energetic in terms of how it plays with the light. It's not translucent, but yet light is getting into the centre of the gemstone. Now, it's coming your way. If you were going to dash up, make yourself a cuppa or anything like that, then save yourself a couple of minutes for it, because this is going to be an absolute flurry on the phone lines and on the web. It is one of the biggest Easter deals of the entire weekend, and it's up next. I totally agree with what you've just said.
I'm gutted that...
Do you want to just repeat what you've just said?
I said I'd have bought everything from this first hour. Absolutely every single deal. I wouldn't have missed any single one of those.
No.
With the rubies, with the wire guardians and that beautiful connector, those jump rings, the jump ring matrix box, everything. The magnetic clasps, everything would have been in my basket.
And I know, after the conversation that we had first thing this morning...
This would be as well.
that absolutely includes this as well. And you're not alone, Fleur, because there is one lady here, one lady over there, and many more who are all wanting to get hold of this. Because I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking this. There's never been a blue opal strand like it.
I've never seen one.
Because whilst this is an opaque gemstone, obviously, it's allowing a certain amount of light to get into the heart of the gem and for it to glow. I've never seen blue opal with such energy. Almost everybody... can the web see what we're taking this to? Okay, you're in for a treat. Yes, you can. Web bidders. Easter deal. That's why you're all choosing to get 2s and 3s. Listen, telephone bidders, if you're loving this and you love the rarity and the fact that I don't think, and never say never, of course, in the world of gemstones, because we don't know. We don't know. Mother Nature has a habit of sort of throwing unknown entities up at us. But I highly doubt I'm ever going to be able to bring you opal, which has got such... I want to say almost a combination of appetite, beauty, as in almost like it's got phosphorus within, so it sort of comes to life.
Yeah, they're like orbs. They've got like halos of.
Yes,
it's like it's like you said, radiating, but they're like orbs of just beautiful.
Do you know, you've just painted a picture in my mind there, Fleur, that if you were to talk about, and whether you believe in this or you don't, just for want of a better description, basically, if you were to imagine someone's aura, that's what these have almost. They've almost got an aura surrounding them because they glow internally, which is not something that I say about opals. Opals is an amorphous gemstone. It hasn't got a crystal structure the same way that diamonds do, rubies do, sapphires do, tanzanites do. It's formed out of tiny silica spheres. So generally you don't talk about talk about play of light, absolutely, play of colour without shadow of a doubt, but you don't talk about how they glow from the inside out, do you? Because it's generally an opaque gemstone, unless of course you're talking crystal opal. But then it's not glowing from the inside out. That's the outside light coming in. Stunning. I've never seen anything quite like it. And am I right in saying that these are natural? Our graphics are saying so. Wow, wow, wow. We have, I think, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of blue opal here. Never seen it in rounds before myself. Have you?
No. Not that size as well.
Not this size. Never seen blue opal, which has that glow. Never seen... You won't believe the price. You really, really won't believe your Easter deal price. Happy Easter, everyone. Wow, got mine. Well done, Barbara. Well done. Leanne, hello to you. Oh my, what a beautiful... Isn't it just? You only need take one. And just one of those on a pendant would look amazing.
Yeah. I think that I would definitely separate it out and use them very sporadically so they can glow all by themselves.
I want to buy this. Yeah, Kim wants it. I'm thinking again, this just taking one in some sterling silver or some gold and just put it on a simple head pin, look amazing. Yeah. Because the light that it's going to be influenced to on the neck, around the neckline. Or
one in a pearl strand, one in the very centre of a pearl strand, because you've got your pearl essence and that glowing in the middle.
Oh, but, I mean, we're lucky here at Jewellery Maker, and I'm talking all of us collectively, that we do get chances and opportunities to see some of the rarest examples of gemstones. I've got black matrix opal coming up later on. We have you know, incredible opportunities of all different gems, like the ruby that you saw earlier on. I can go on basically, but we're spoilt, if you like, and it's easy for us to get complacent. But you know, when I see something that I go, wait a minute, I've worked in the industry for over half my life now, and I've never seen anything quite like this before. Blue opal, yes, of course. Not blue opal, which is almost like a neon blue. It is, isn't it? Almost neon. Wow. Already loads of these are being allocated. This is why natural Peruvian opal, first time I've ever seen it in rounds of that size, which glows and is so incredibly intense, for £14.95. Do you know, Fleur, would you agree? Just get this home, and even if you sold it on. There are so many different websites, online retailers, etc., that you can buy opal from. Be careful, make sure that you are buying from a reputable location, and it is what they say it is. You know, you can download the certificate of authenticity with us, and I would certainly recommend it here, just because it's going to say that it's natural and it's not dyed, because you would assume, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I thought it would have been dyed.
You'd assumed,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a fair assumption.
Yeah. Can you imagine the fella's face when he found that?
Can you?
Can you just imagine what they must have thought when they? Yeah. I don't know how they mine for it, but when they come across this seam of that amazing colour.
Well, opal, coloured opal in particular, because generally it is dyed. So you take opal, which is formed within cracks and crevices of a host rock, and then if you see it in a colour, generally 9 times out of 10 it's actually dyed. But it's an anomaly of nature where there'll be a certain chemical that is present in that specific location on this planet that has made it have a beautiful colour, whether that be pink, purple, whether that be orange or grey or browns. You can get those, but I've never seen anything quite like this before. Over half the stock has gone, and our telephone, our call centre rather, is still in discussions. Lots of web bidders with it still in their baskets. Check out as soon as you can. What we'll actually do is recap this a little bit later on. Absolutely fantastic. Now, more to bring you, of course. It is your Easter deal, including designer inspiration with the wonderful Fleur. These are fab. They're like monkey nuts. They are like monkey nuts, you know, like the monkey nut shape.
Peanuts, yeah. You get
like peanuts.
Peanuts, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love these. They nestle beautifully against one another. I've not seen carnelian in such a strand. You're going to have to move quite quickly with these because they are quite limited. Oh, they're like little peaches. They like little peaches.
Yeah, they'd look nice with the blue opal.
They'd go amazing with the blue opal, yeah, totally agree. And yeah, or infinities, whichever way you want to look at it. Drilled through the centre, which means that you could literally just restrand it like so, and look absolutely incredible. Carnelian, as a member of the agate, comes in all different colours. You get reds, oranges, you get beautiful peachy colours and whites as well. Stunning. Now, very limited. Apparently, they should be $8.95 for the carving that you're getting here, because it is really carving, not just faceting of gemstones. You know, the fact that you have got that lovely figure of 8 or sort of curves with, wow, $6.95. That's an incredible deal, isn't it? I'd simply just restrand it and put maybe a stretchy bracelet.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a bubble bracelet, doesn't it?
It does look like a bubble bracelet because it's got beautiful texture. Yeah, really, really lovely texture. And agate is a very durable gemstone, so great to wear around sort of the wrist line. And you could probably get, what, 2 bracelets out of this strand?
Yeah, definitely 2 stretchy bracelets. If you had some of the beautiful wood beads that we've been doing,
yes,
the wood would look gorgeous with that as well, because it'd give it a real rustic look and more organic, you know, more boho look, if you like.
Do you know what they remind me of? Apart from monkey nuts, Russian dolls.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, the ones that go inside each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to have some Russian dolls.
Did you?
Yeah, they're really cool, weren't they? They look a little bit like Russian dolls. I think you could, or you could turn them into bows very easily as well. Yeah. Lots that you could do with these. Absolutely fantastic. Now, we've got so much more to bring you. We've got designer inspiration. Don't forget, you've also got a chance in the next hour where you can win some of, well, learn, yes, with Fleur, but also win some of Fleur's amazing jewellery. Also, we have got a 10 gemstones mystery bundle coming your way. So much, much more to see just after this.
Hello, I'm Colin Wagstaff. I'm the new Managing Director of Jewellery Maker. So please join me on Monday, and it's Bank Holiday Monday. We're going to have some fantastic gemstones and, of course, some fantastic deals. So please join me Bank Holiday Monday at Jewellery Maker. Don't miss out.
Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from Jewellery Maker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the Jewellery Maker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on Jewellery Maker. Simply search Jewellery Maker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at Jewellery Maker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on Jewellery Maker.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Amazing Easter deals. It's all coming on, you know. I tell you what, the other week, and Kim very kindly clipped it and uploaded it onto social media, where my elbow made a little bit of a noise on the desk, and it was my elbow, and it did sound a little bit like I trumpet. And it happened again earlier on, didn't it? Did anyone notice it? I promise you. It's this. Typically, it's not doing it. Now, anyway. But I just sat down in my chair and it went, I think it's... It's a worry, Fleur. It's a worry, I tell you what. Pregnancy. It's so incredibly feminine. Well, I suppose it is feminine, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, now, big Easter deals coming your way. We've got a mystery 10-strand bundle. So much so, I haven't even seen it yet. Oh, well, there's nothing for me to see either. So what? Hang on a minute. Ah, yeah, I remember, but okay, yeah. I know, it is a mystery. You could get, it's basically like a giant bead scoop. So, you might get 10 strands off the T-bar here. You might get 10 strands which are out of the boxes that I've got down here in the lineup. Basically, what we do is any of our last of stock, so for example if you've got 1s of 2s of your blue opal left over, or 1s of 2s of a tanzanite or an amethyst, or maybe your matrix opal left over, we put them into one big bundle, and that's this 10-strand mystery bundle. It's like a giant bead scoop. Does that make sense? So bead scoops, usually you get sort of you get a chiffon bag. Wonderful, because you're going to get different cuts, different gemstones, different sizes, variations. It's going to force us to think outside the box, which again is nothing but a good thing. It's going to, you'll probably gain loads of inspiration from those cuts as well, introduce you to new gemstones, which is absolutely fantastic. But it's all a mystery, so you don't know what you might get diamonds in there, you might get ruby in there, You might get sky blue opal that I've just brought you. You might get chrome dioxide in there. You might get apatite in there. You might get agates. You might get carved gemstones. You might get abalone. You might get, who knows? It's a mystery. But one thing is guaranteed, you will get 10 full strands. Full strands. They might be 360 almost metre long lengths. They might be, maybe, if we're talking about something like your faceted chrome dioxide, it might be a little bit shorter, like 20 centimetres. But you will guaranteed get 10 strands of various different genuine gemstones. Not talking synthetics or plastics, we're talking about the real deal. The best way that I can describe this, Fleur, is it's like a super-sized bead scoop.
It is, yeah. And they're amazing. I've had a couple in the past. They're fabulous because you don't know what you've got. It's great if you want to learn about your gemstones, and it's great as well if you want to push your boundaries.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us stick to a certain colour palette and we won't be swayed into something
and I think
new.
we do that naturally with everything, really, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But they're great for pushing the boundaries and for helping you to... You might never have worked with, I don't know, a briolette cut drop or something, you know, a briolette top drill drop, but you might have a strand in there. So it pushes you to work with different...
Can I ask a question? Can you text in live? We're live here in the studio, 60777, start your text to JM Studio. What have you received in either a bead scoop or a mystery bundle like this? Because they are basically the same things, just this is bigger than the other. So you might have received diamonds. I know I've seen on the Wall of Fame lots of very high-end gemstones included within such bundles. Already lots of people on the phone lines as well. Can I give you a little bit of a tip? But it's between me and you. Not allowed to say anything. If you multi-buy, you can get, obviously, more than 10 strands back. Choose your favourites. But I didn't say that. I did. And, you know, we are clearly, you know, on the best way of communicating right now to keep things like that secret. But you know what I mean. Yes, between you and I. Why not? There's nothing, they're mystery bundles. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah, not every, there won't be 10 of the same. They'll all be
exactly.
different.
You'll see just how much of a mixed bag that they actually are. 10 gemstone strands, that could equate to thousands of carats worth. Again, you might have Larimar in there. You might have, let me see, pearls, I would imagine, in there. You might have jasper in there. You might have labradorite in there. You might have... Ooh, let me see, just trying to think of some gemstones we really bring to screen.
I had a beautiful strand of aquamarine in mine.
Aquamarine?
Really faceted rondelles of aquamarine, yeah.
Wow.
They were really beautiful.
Might have jade.
Yeah.
Might have jade. Yeah. Moonstone. Who knows? You don't know. It's a big, giant bead scoop. That's the best way that I can describe it. And this is the best way that I can sort of illustrate what you're going to get, or an example of what you're going to get. 10 strands of various different gemstones. We need to bring that price tag in for you because already loads of you on those phone lines. Right, that's £2.50 per strand. Would you pay £2.50 for diamonds? Would you pay £2.50 for ruby? Would you pay £2.50 for chrome dioxide? Just for as an example. I asked earlier on, you know, just text us in live right now. What have you actually received in a bead scoop or a bundle like this in the past? What kind of gemstones which maybe you thought you'd never owned previously before? And because Jewellery Maker puts together such Easter deals, it's made those dreams possible. So please do send those text messages in and we will read them out. We've got one, Fleur, for you from Mark. Happy Easter, Mummy. Please wave to us. That's Marcus and Maximus.
Oh, hello, boys. I didn't think they were awake by now. Hello, boys. And Neve, if she's awake. I don't know if Neve's awake. She might be down the yard with the horses already.
That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Ah, hi, boys. You don't know who I am.
They do. They know who everybody is because I have it on all the time.
Oh, bless them. Hello, boys. We've got another text from Jane. The bundles are fab, which is why I've ordered two. Cannot wait for them to arrive. Thank you so much, Jane, up in Leicester. Happy Easter to you, my lovely. I hope you've got a wonderful weekend planned. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to bring... I mean, for example, if you single it out, and this is which I know you all do as jewellery makers, you tend to be quite methodical about in the sorting of your bundles or your bead scoops. Just have a little look, and I'm absolutely certain that you could single out one strand at least, which would be in excess of £25.
Yeah. Definitely.
It would be.
Yeah. I don't think you could buy plastic or glass beads for £2.50 a strand.
No, exactly.
I've never bought any, so I don't know, but I don't think you could.
No. Well, your aquamarine that you said as your
Yeah.
example, those wonderful briolette
And it had the
cuts.
tassels on as well.
So Gems of Distinction
Yeah.
strand as well. You'd expect it to be more than £25.
Oh gosh, yes.
That
yeah,
one.
That
and
one.
So
Yeah.
you'd have got the 9
Yeah.
others for as a bonus. Lots and lots and lots of multi-buys, and I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. 10 strands. Just the best way that I can use as an example, because they are very random. I can't tell you what gemstones you're definitely going to be getting. But you might have some of the gemstones that we've featured today on the show. Stay tuned, and again, let us know. I'd love to hear what you actually have got in your bead scoops. Now, it is competition time. Extravaganza. Oh, I see what you did there. Do you want to win our amazing guest designer's jewellery today? Wonderful Fleur? Yes, please. All you have to do is count how many times you see a bunny. This bunny is not included, by the way, on your screen during this hour. Now, text us in at the end of the hour, and I will tell you when to text, so please don't do it beforehand, because obviously you might have more bunnies coming up, so don't do it yet, and make sure you include your customer number, your name, and also the answer. Text to JM Studio 60777. So you're counting your bunnies, starting from now. Amazing, amazing, amazing. It is time for your first wonderful designer inspiration with Fleur. We were saying earlier on, and this is not me just blowing, as the expression is, smoke anywhere. You are one of our most popular guest designers.
Oh, thank you.
You are. And as a medium, chainmail is one of the most popular mediums.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
It's very addictive.
It is very addictive.
And what I love about it is that, like you always say, Fleur, is that what one person makes, as long as the weave has been followed, or not weave,
Pattern.
the pattern has been followed, you can't differentiate between the two.
No.
So what you're saying, what you're about to teach me in this next hour, what you make and what I make would look the same.
Exactly the same. Yep. And if you use exactly the same gemstones, you won't be able to tell the difference apart.
There we go. Well, our kit is designed so that, and wait till you see the lovely pieces of jewellery that Fleur has made. And you did say how much you love these kits, today's kits. I'm going to start with the jump rings because it seems a logical place to start. And I'm going to start with these beautiful oval jump rings. Now, I love oval jump rings, and they always sell out. And the reason for that is they don't just work amazing within chainmail. They're also a great way of actually holding things like your earrings.
Yeah.
The right direction, making sure they face front forward rather than actually turning in the ear as well. Now, in your oval, and then the bare copper too. In your oval jump rings, you've got 100 of these. They're 7 by 5mm, and they are all precision cut. I'm going to show you all the jump rings collectively, so you can see the different dimensions and the different sizes. Then you've got, again in bare copper, these lovely colours, which come in different sizes and gauges, which are 5mm, 7mm and 6mm. So you've got 4 different types of jump rings and 100 of each of those. So 100 of each of those jump rings. So that's a lot of chainmail jewellery right there.
It certainly is. It certainly is. And with the oval ones, again, give that different look to your chainmail.
So could you make a complete piece out of oval jump rings rather?
Yeah, I've done the little Byzantine earrings in there using the oval, and you can see that it elongates. It almost looks like it's been machine squashed, if you like.
Love that.
And more uniform because they are oval and they sit closer together.
Love that. So just using this, a link that maybe, sorry, I've got to get out of saying that. A pattern that you've maybe already mastered, just going to give you a completely different look. Fabulous. And 400 jump rings in total. But yet we've still got so much more to bring you, including your bare copper wire. Now you're getting 10 metres of each of these gauges here. The gauges are 1 mil, as you can see, that's a lot thicker, so great for creating structure. And also your 0.4, which this is going to appeal to wire workers as well as chainmail workers too. In fact, all jewellery makers, to be honest. Bare copper, it's got that beautiful colour. You can get those sort of bluishy greens coming through. Always one of our biggest sellers, always hugely popular, but very rarely on your screens. So 10 metres. Now, anybody that knows their precious metals also knows that this is very expensive generally. Our should-be price is on your screen right now. This is what, if you were to buy every single one of these components off our own website, this is how much it would cost you, £42.55, but not today. Not today. We're going to be bringing it to you at an amazing deal. So 20 metres of your bare bare copper wire. But now we've got gorgeous gemstones as well to add to the equation. Look how the copper wire works wonderfully with the jump rings as well. I'm going to start with the amethyst because it's one of my favourite cuts. Your bicones, and they also work amazingly with the copper, that as in the regal colour of amethyst.
Yeah, it does. It's just such a warming, beautiful tone together. And the fact that, like you say, you can age your copper and make your copper different colours, it will just keep complementing that beautiful, rich amethyst.
Yeah, because if you start getting this sort of bluish oxidisation out of the copper, you're going to sort of enhance, so that it's going to encourage the secondary tones and hues which come through naturally from your amethyst as well. Beautiful cut as well, bicones. We've also got wonderful pearls. I love this combination. So these are your Baroque pearls, and they are sizable, genuine cultured pearls, not glass or synthetic. A Baroque is an obscure sort of a pearl which is showing off its more characterful formation. It's not grown in a perfect round. It's showing that they are absolutely genuine gemstones and produced by Mother Nature. So these are 9 by 8 millimeters in size. Again, I love a Baroque pearl. I think they just show off that they are the real deal rather than synthetic. Now, this is something I've not seen before. These are beautiful elongated tubes. Look at those, of labradorite. I've not seen these before. I almost wondered what gemstone they were.
Yeah. When I got my kit, they were all in the bag, and I thought, oh, I've got some beautiful jasper tubes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this big flash of blue appeared across one of them. I was like, oh,
that's not jasper.
That's not jasper.
That's not jasper. Do you know? I looked at it and went, is that prehnite? Because I was thinking, it's one of those gems, like, I've not seen, it's quite a lovely sage green of labradorite.
Yeah.
Of course, totally natural as well, but yeah, when the light captures it, like Fleur was saying, you'll obviously get that labradorescence coming through as well. Beautiful shape.
It is, and they're really lovely to work with. 400
jump rings. 20 metres of your bare copper wire, 3 beautiful strands of your genuine gemstones. Don't forget, you also got the oval jump rings here as well, 100 of each of those. My goodness, I've just heard what this is going to. I hope we've got quantity. There's just under 100, that's not nearly enough, £21.95. Fleur, you've made multiple and gem-heavy pieces and jump ring-heavy pieces of jewellery, and you've still got things left over.
Got lots of gemstones and lots of 1 mil wire left over.
So you can make more jump rings out of those?
Yeah, I was going to say I can make more jump rings straight away, but yeah, I've got lots of gemstones left over. It's an amazing kit, this really is.
That's over £20 saving.
Yeah.
Over £20, that's going to keep you, you know, I don't know if you could even buy the jump rings collectively at that price point with the oval.
No, and I was looking at the amethyst and the labradorite to get 2 specialist cuts like that, you know, different cuts. You'd expect to pay that for those cuts as well, for those 2 strands. And the pearls
as well. Now 98 is how many we had in terms of quantity. It's not nearly enough. If you think about it, it's Easter Sunday. There's a lot of eyes on Jewellery Maker right now. Lots of Easter deals bouncing around. Fleur, again, a very popular designer and very popular medium. So obviously they're going to get snapped up. What I love about chainmail is that you see not just it's not just predominantly ladies that make this. It is something which fascinates the gents as well because of its history. And again, Fleur can talk about that maybe during a demonstration. This is what we're talking about, Fleur. What's this weave called?
That's the Japanese flower that's all elongated with the drops. And then I've done a Viking necklace with the 0.4 wire. So I just wanted something that was, I know it's an earrings kit, but I wanted something that was a necklace and obviously the plaited bracelet as well.
Absolutely amazing. I tell you what, I'm going to take a wander over to the lovely Fleur because we've got loads to bring you as well throughout the course of the hour, loads of jump ring deals, which is fantastic because, you know, we were saying they always sell out, don't they?
They do. They're like, I leave a show and I go, as soon as I get outside, I think, right, logging straight on and I'm going to try and buy them, and they've all gone. I can't. Which is
a challenge for our chainmail guest designer, I can imagine. Every single one of these pieces, Fleur, I would buy and I would wear, and I would wear, you know, repeatedly as well. Just works so amazing. And it's called a design. So if you can knit, if you can follow a pattern,
that's it. We all tend to. The majority of people fall into two brackets. The ones that like to go sort of like into more organic designs, and people
like Laura.
People that like to follow patterns like Prue with her kumihimo, you know, Mark with his macrame. It's a set pattern and you get lost in your patterns. If you're a knitter or a crocheter, a sewer, if you like that structured pattern, this medium will be right up your street. And it's key to mention that chainmail basically can be as simple as one link into another, one jump ring into another. Now, check out as soon as you possibly can because we only had 98 of those available, and I've got loads to bring you. Are we doing that first, or? Yes, we're going to quickly do the DVDs before we get into the demonstration, Fleur. I understand a lot of these are yours anyway. Right. I don't know. I haven't had a look. Yeah, that one's mine. That one's mine. That one's Debbie's. That one's mine.
There we go. Thought so. Now, you've got approximately 4 hours of DVD tutorials here with Debbie Bulford and also the wonderful Fleur. Now, the beauty of our DVDs, and especially if you're anything like me, if I watch something, it doesn't necessarily sink in straight away. I have to watch it repeatedly. Yeah. It takes me a while to digest information. We were talking about this earlier on, funny enough. We were talking about how in schooling, I had to literally be told repeatedly. So our DVDs are great for that if you need to refresh yourself at any time rather. These are all your chainmail DVDs. They've got various different editions, various different weaves. So if I start with the one at the front, featuring our lovely Fleur, it's the Persian and Japanese weave, so you can see the difference. And this is all made out of those lovely jump rings.
Yep, all jump rings, yeah.
And you were saying that there was a particular type of chainmail which was sold in a certain establishment for £7,000.
£7,000, yeah.
Wow.
The materials would probably have cost nearly £1,000, but that's still...
Okay, so it was gold?
Yeah, still £6,000 worth of...
Still not a bad profit, is it? Not a bad profit, that, £6,000, which would have probably taken, what, hours?
Yeah, about 6 hours.
6 hours to make.
7 hours, yeah.
It's not bad. Hourly rate of £1,000. £1,000 an hour. Yeah, that'll do. I'm definitely getting these DVDs if that's the way forward. Then you've also got your chainmail pendants. Now this shows how you can incorporate gemstones into them as well.
Yeah, so this is one of my favourite DVDs because not only do you learn how to make the pendant, but you learn the weave as well. So it's like 12 little tutorials, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have got approximately 6 on each of these DVDs, 6 different designs, I suppose. Then you've got your chainmail European weaves. So again, I'll ask you in a moment, Fleur, just to talk about what the difference is between Persian, European, etc., and Japanese. And finally, that's your chainmail edition one, which these are your more basic weaves. Is that right to say?
Because Debbie's done some beautiful weaves on there as well. So
yeah, I didn't want that. I didn't mean that to sound like they did.
No. Debbie's chainmail. Debbie likes to use the colours, so hers are a lot more colourful than mine.
Okay.
She uses a lot of coloured jump rings.
Okay, so is it?
But yeah, there's the Helms weave on there, which is on the pendants DVD as well, but I show you how to make it into a flower. So Debbie shows you how to make
So
it into
they
a bracelet. I show you to make it into a flower.
different,
Yeah,
all different. Fantastic. Yeah, like this one here, you've got the butterfly weave, you've got the the Bulford bead. So you've got a very special Debbie Bulford.
She's made her own bead.
That's amazing. I love that. I've got to watch the Bulford bead. You've got the 2-in-1 rather, buying jump rings, from the very basics.
Yeah.
But approximately 4 hours should be £19.80 for, if you think about how much tutorial DVDs generally are. However, if you're on the phone lines right now, if you're checking out with us on the web, we'll bring it to you. Got about 100 of these available today for just £8.
Wow.
That's over half price, isn't it?
So for £30, you could get the kit and all the DVDs, and all you need are 2 pairs of pliers.
Yes, and you're
you can
away.
Recreate.
And you are away. Do you know that's what a lovely Easter gift?
Yeah, exactly. £30 is, it's a meal, isn't it? Some people spend that on a takeaway, say, and you can get a new medium, a new hobby.
Well, you know what? I was buying eggs for my niece, my nephew, and obviously you buy something for your parents and everything like that. I spent, that adds up.
Yeah.
Adds up.
It's 4 different gifts, isn't it, really? If you think of it that, with the bag of jump rings, for each DVD and 2 pairs of pliers, and it's a great way. I get a lot of ladies that said, I've got my husband into jewellery making via chainmail, so that they don't complain about watching Jewellery Maker and buying gemstones because the husband or the partner's got involved.
So we were saying about the different, a lot of people will be noticing, okay, what's a Persian and a Japanese weave, and what's the European weave. If you can just highlight sort of the geography of this as well.
So chainmail tends to sit into 4 families. So you've got the European weaves, the Persian, the Japanese and the modern weaves. So the modern weaves are things like your butterfly. But the 3 historic families, the European, Persian and Japanese, are all ancient armour, if you like. It's what the samurais, the Japanese warriors, would have used as part of their ceremonial armour. The Europeans used it. You see it as a knight in shining armour, if you like. You'll see the head, the chainmail underneath.
Oh, I love that. Can you make Tom one?
Yep.
I'd love to see Tom in some chainmail.
It's fabulous. I mean, we still use chainmail now. It's used in shark suits and butcher's gloves and chainsaw trousers and lots of different things as well. But it all derived from the fighting styles and the weapons that they were fighting against. So the samurais would be against different weapons to the Europeans. So the European armour had to withstand arrows and swords, and then the Japanese had to have more saber type weapons. Yeah. The Persian weaves were never used as armour. They were used as, it's a bit sad, it's when the Persian warriors, it was a great honour for a Persian warrior to die for his widow, to then have his armour back, and she would make a Persian belt, which some people know as a widow's belt. It looks like a belly dancer's belt, so it's like it goes in a triangle.
Wow, it's so fascinating. You can understand why it is so incredibly engrossing. Nick and Bridgend, yay, been wanting these DVDs for ages, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Nick. Lovely to hear from you as well. Leanne, hello to you. Oh my Fleur, stunning jewellery and happy Easter. She always does stunning jewellery, and I always want to wear it all, every time.
It's the chainmail. It's just.
It's not.
It is. It's a chainmail. It's a chainmail.
It's you. You're just awesome. You're absolutely awesome, and anybody can do it. Anybody, especially if you've got the DVDs, you're away. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, all you need is maybe the kit. I don't know if that's still available currently. There might be a few of them still remaining. Your DVDs and a couple of pliers, basically, and you're away.
That's all you need.
And you can even start and have a little look at this show back if you want to do the butterfly. You're demonstrating the butterfly, aren't you?
Butterfly.
On YouTube as well, because we do record all of our shows as well. So absolutely fabulous. Check out as soon as you possibly can. Great gift.
But it's a fabulous gift.
Great gift. Now, okay, so let's get cracking. Go on.
So I was just going to say about the necklace there, because a lot of people are probably thinking, why is the chain aged and the pendant hasn't? Are the jump rings bare copper? Because I don't touch the jump rings when I'm weaving them, I haven't had any of the oils from my hands to age the bare copper jump rings.
Okay.
And when I weave the Viking knit, because I'm touching it all the time, that's what's aged the necklace. So people, I know last time I did a necklace like that, people said, oh, how come the necklace is darker than the
It's
the
from your
jump rings?
skin.
It's just from the oils on your skin, so your chainmail will age like that when it touches your skin and constant wear. It's just that with the constant touching of the wire with Viking knit, it just goes darker, and that's how it will age.
I love the fact that copper does transform in terms of
it's fabulous.
Yeah, those greens and blues.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. So if you ever looked at copper and thought, I love that oxidization process.
It is fabulous.
It's not like silver. Silver will oxidise in a negative way, I think.
Yeah, it goes dark and dull, doesn't it?
Yeah, whereas copper looks completely different. Fabulous. Okay, so now you're demonstrating with these big, beautiful, colourful jump rings.
That's it. And if you're new to chainmail, then the matrix box that we did at the beginning of the show is absolutely perfect because you can emulate with those large jump rings. So what I've done is I'm going to do the butterfly earrings, which are the second pair along with the pearls on the bottom. Just so you know which ones they are. And what I've done is I'm using the 7mm jump rings for this weave. And I've started by just opening one of those jump rings and adding 4 closed jump rings onto it. So this is now like the middle of my wing, if you like. This is where I'm going to hang it from my earring in a second. So I've now got 4 loose jump rings on the bottom. I'm going to take 2 more jump rings. And like we said before, it doesn't take very many jump rings to create this. So it's quite a simple little weave if you've got a few jump rings left. And I'm just going to take them into 2 pairs. So I've put 1 jump ring through one pair and 1 through the other. So now I've got that kind of formation. So I've got my 1, my 4, and then the 4 have been split into 2 separate pairs, and they're going to hang in that kind of formation there. I'm now going to take my next 2 jump rings. Now if we just go back to the original 4, and if we number them 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay, I'm now going to pick up number 2 and number 3, which are the middle 2. So all I'm picking up are those 2 and close. So what I have now is that formation.
Okay.
Okay, but if I turn it around, can you see that if I want the same on the back, I haven't got a jump ring there.
You have to do those ones in the middle.
So I have to do the 2 in the middle on the front and the back. So it's a stage that a lot of people will get to and they go, I can't remember how to get to my next stage now. I know that I need 4 jump rings there. It's mainly because they forgot to put the one on the back. So again, going back to the original 4, open them up so you can see them a lot easier. Pick up number 2 and number 3.
You can understand as well why Fleur was saying earlier, for those of you that were with us first thing this morning, the bigger jump rings are great for those that are starting off, or if you want to make those sort of big statement pieces as well.
That's it.
'Cause you can see the pattern a bit easier.
You can see the pattern, and I'll show you one that I've made up just there, so you can see that with the smaller jump rings, it is a little bit more difficult to see where the gaps are going to be. So when you're learning weaves, it is so much nicer to have those larger jump rings that you can sort of like practice on those ones and then move down to the smaller sizes.
Sorry, go on.
Okay, so my last 2, so I only need 2 more jump rings into this to actually make it into the butterfly wing. So what I need to do now, right in the very centre, can you see that little marquee shape area that's right in the centre of those 2 red jump rings? So if I turn it to the side, you can see that I've got the front and the back blue and 1 side jump ring. Now with my next 2 jump rings, I need to collect the front and the back blue jump ring and the right hand side of the red. So I need to collect this red one and the front and the back. So the way that I did it, and I'll do it forward so that you can see, I'm going to go through the back and just go through the side of that eye shape that's there. So that little marquee shape in the middle, I've just gone through the side. I'm just going to get a brighter colour so you can see it easier. So I'm going to go through the side there. So I've collected the front and the back and then the side. Then close. Okay, so that's one side done. I'm now going to take the other one. So to make it easier for me, I'm going to turn it around now because I'm right-handed, so I do like working on the right-hand side all the time. So I've gone through the right-hand side. All I'm going to do now is turn it around. And don't forget, like with when you're learning a lot of techniques, you try and turn your body rather than remembering that this can turn. So don't be afraid just to turn that around and flip it over. So now I'm going to emulate what this pink jump ring's doing here, and again go through the back blue jump ring, through the red, and then through the front blue jump ring and close. And that now has created my butterfly weave. So that's my wing of butterfly.
So that's the one wing?
That's just one wing. So I've just used one wing. For a true butterfly, you'd put one on the other side, because obviously butterflies have two wings. But I've split it in half and put it in a pair of earrings.
Love it. Why not? Why not? I've seen that before in terms of a design.
Yeah.
One butterfly wing in one ear, one on the other. Now, just before we progress.
Wow. They are special.
Aren't they amazing?
I must admit, I've been looking at these because they've been sat next to me. And I've been playing with them.
We've been teasing you.
Yeah.
I mean, these are, to me, they're a feature, they're a connector, they're not just a jump ring, which, as I know our graphics do actually say, just because the luxury, I mean, you could just literally pop these in a pair of shepherd hook earrings and they're absolutely beautiful as is. Now, you are getting 10 pieces in total. The intricacy that you get, the pattern all the way around, your twisted wire. Like I said, they're not just a jump ring, are they?
Can I steal one?
You can steal one, absolutely. What would you do with these, Fleur?
I'm just seeing if it'd fit onto our normal
shepherd hooks.
Shepherd hook, because I would wear those. I'd maybe put a jump ring in between as well.
And you just wear them as a pair of earrings like this?
I would, yeah. Maybe if you had a jump ring in between the two, then you could suspend a gemstone in the middle.
That's a really good idea, isn't it? Maybe one of those blue opals that we had earlier on. Love them. Again, just literally thread maybe a chain through the centre.
Yeah, or a chain either side. So what you could do is pop a chain either side of that. So it sits as a direct circle straight on.
Love that idea. It's kind of like a beautiful wreath, isn't it? A very decorative wreath. They're 30 millimetres in their dimension and size, and it's not just the pattern across the one that is on both front and also if I just flip it over, and the back as well. So yeah, you could create a Mobius ring with these, couldn't you?
You could. Yeah, if you could just I would preferably use my saw to cut these rather than my flush cutters, just because they are quite strong metal. I wouldn't want to dent my flush cutters. Or if you've got the shears, either the French shears or the big red shears, I'd use those.
So you can cut into these as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing stopping you doing that at all. We have got less than 100 of these, so it is more limited in stock. They're absolutely beautiful, and again, just use them singly, use them as connectors, whatever it might be, all of course within your chainmail. Now it should be $7.95. You're getting 10 pieces for just $6.95.
For bezels for resin and polymer clay, that would make your polymer clay. I mean, I don't do polymer clay, but I can imagine polymer clay put into that. It would make it.
It would look amazing, wouldn't it? I'm just thinking it's maybe little tree of lives as well.
Yeah, bezels for tree of life. If you were a wire worker, you get some 0.25 or some 0.4 wire. You could wire wrap gemstones all around them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, anything just sort of get your 0.4 wire, create like a mesh. Yeah. Maybe like a dream catcher style piece, something like that. Beautiful. Incredible, and I was not expecting that price tag. Amazing. That's working out at 70 pence less than per jump ring, feature, pendant, whichever way you want to look at it, because I do think they are kind of like a feature, really. And there's nothing stopping you incorporating these into your chainmail, like Fleur was just saying there, and do fit onto our findings.
So what if you wanted to use these for the butterfly, say, you could use a bigger jump ring for the butterfly and have that as your centre jump ring? Yeah. And then add your four, so you've got a statement large centre jump ring, and then have your butterfly wing coming from that.
Love that. What, either side, do you mean?
Yeah, you could do either side, or you could just, I mean, just looking at those beautiful rose gold pattern jump rings that we had earlier.
You should say that.
And the silver ones, I would use those to make a big butterfly pendant.
Right. Let me just double check which ones we're doing first. These ones. So could you... These, less than 50 of these in stock, so I'm going to have to be really quick with them. Did you mean use these? Could you incorporate them?
Yeah, because all you do is cut them open. So again, either using your shears or your saw, just give them a little cut, and definitely use those, because then you'd have that nice big... I keep saying Italian chic, but you know what I mean. It's that kind of Italian jewellery house.
It is, yeah. Well, they work with texture, don't they, Italian jewellers? And this is really about that gorgeous texture. Now we've got less than 50 of these available, and they are 18 millimetres. Again, is that a dimension and size that you can use in chainmail?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, perfect.
And of course, using any jewellery making medium, full stop. To be honest, like I said, whether you use it just to encase and kind of like emulate a bezel setting, looks incredible. as connectors as well. Should be £8.95, and you are getting the 20, the full 20. I'd wear these as rings.
Yeah, midi rings.
Yeah, little midi
Yeah.
rings as well.
Yeah.
£6.95. You know, if you went into one of those high street shops, and I was yesterday, because I'm off down my parents' tomorrow. You know, I was like, I'm so sick of feeling frumpy. I want something nice to wear. So I went to have a little look in those shops, and I have a little look at the jewellery section. Not that I'm going to buy, but I always do, just to do the smug face, which I know you've seen time and time again. But you'd pay more than £6.95 for a midi ring.
You certainly would.
You would, wouldn't you?
I'm just thinking as well, if you connected those together, the two of them together would make an amazing belt.
Oh, they would, yeah. Because you've got the lovely, the different textures.
Yeah.
We've got a text message. Kim's telling me from Nicola in Kent. Can you please wave and say hello to my little girl, Millie? She's only 3 and thinks she can see her. She also keeps saying, "Oh, pretty necklace." Hello, Millie. Hello, Millie. Oh, that's adorable. What a beautiful name you've got, Millie. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, bless her.
Do you know, when I had Neve, my sister wanted me to call Neve Millie, and in her first card she went to Millie. She said, I'm calling her Millie.
She was adamant. That's so funny. That is so funny. Bless her. I love the fact that Jewellery Maker does have such a broad age. Age.
It's great for kids to do. I mean, Max loves threading beads onto stretchy elastic. He'd make stretchy elastic bracelets the whole time. All I had to do is knot them for him.
Do you know, it's funny you were saying that, because like I said, I'm off down with my parents and I'm going to see my brother and my niece and nephew and everything. I was like, I might take my niece a bead scoop and some elastic, and she'd be happy as Larry.
Yeah,
happy as Larry.
spend hours
making it. So you've made your one butterfly wing.
I've made my one butterfly wing. So if I just lift that one up, and that is the proper size. So you can see the difference, which is why I work with the...
why you demonstrate
why
with
I demo
those.
with the large jump rings. So what you need to do then, just to finish off and pop your gemstone on the end, is I've already done a wrapped loop onto one of the pearls. And these pearls are brilliant because our normal size head pins go through them. So that's a normal size head pin. It's one of the triangular ones. But they've got great drill holes. And all you need to do then is take one of your open jump rings, and I'll do it on this small one so you can see the finished piece. And I'm going to go through the very last 2 jump rings, pop on my pearl that's trying to run away. I will catch it. And then just do the jump ring back up. And when you do your jump ring back up, taking time just to make sure that both ends meet. So you give it a little wiggle, both ends meet. And there you've got, very quickly and very simply, a really nice pair of earrings that
beautiful.
I think look like they've come out of a jeweller's.
Oh gosh, they do.
You know, you could say, oh, I've bought these in a jeweller's, and nobody would bat an eyelid at that. They'd think that they were very expensive.
Well, chainmail is sold in jewellery establishments.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we've said that earlier on, £7,000.
There's a very famous shoe brand that the ladies from Sex and the City used to love. They've got a chainmail shoe, and it's nearly £1,000.
Oh,
and it's just chainmail at the front.
Sounds a bit like blanket.
That's the one. That's the one.
Sounds a little bit like blanket. I'll never own a pair. Never, ever own a pair, because I'm not daft enough to spend that amount of money on a pair of shoes.
I did once, and the heel broke.
Exactly. I bought myself to a designer pair of shoes once, and then the puppy got them. Not Brutus, actually. Now, those who had a lie-in this morning. Who had a lion? I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Not us. We were up very early, an hour early actually this morning as well. It was a bit of a shock to the system.
Old style 4 o'clock.
Old style.
I could have cried.
And it's dark again. You're like, oh no, it's dark, but not for long. We'll be getting up in gorgeous daylight before we know it. Okay, if you did have a lie-in, not to worry, we've got a recap for you. These are going to be quite speedy recaps, so just because I move on doesn't necessarily mean you've not been successful. Already very, very popular. You've got 100 jump rings here, and they are the beautiful textured jump rings, which we were talking about earlier on, Fleur. We were saying about Italian chic. They remind me of, I have to be careful, it could be Tiffany's, could be Chanel, could be Gucci, could be Roberto Coin, who love to play with texture across the precious metals, not just include it in the genuine gemstones. We were talking about surface luster and how we've got the silver as well. In these lovely textured open jump rings. So these are your 9mm. Could you create the butterfly weave that you've just done?
Yeah, definitely. Certainly can.
In fact, is there a weave that you can't do with these?
No. But so the full Persian, you'd struggle because it's all to do with the internal diameter and the aspect ratio. But I don't like to confuse things, so have a go. That's the best thing about chainmail. If you have a go and you don't like the finished effect, you just undo it all.
Undo it, yeah. There's no waste, is there, in chainmail?
No, there might be a few that you absolutely murder trying to get it back into a round circle, but apart from that, there's those ones I always put to one side, and that's what I practice new weaves on.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really, really good point. Because in terms of mediums, this is probably one of the most cost-effective. Yes, certainly. Yeah. Like I said, you only need a couple of pliers, and you're using which ones? Your bent nose?
I'm using bent nose and flat. But you can see here, I've got.
You can use any.
I've got all sorts of just any type of flat nose plier or chain nose plier. So if you get the large toolkit, you get both sets of pliers in there, and that's all you need.
And you're good to go. Okay, so it is a recap. Let's bring that price point in. $9.95 for 100 jump rings. And 100 jump rings, you need approximately, what, 130, is it, for a Byzantine?
Yeah, for a Byzantine weave, yeah. Because these are slightly larger, you'd need less because you're taking more surface area of that bracelet. So I'm just counting how many, 4, 8, 10. There's 12 in a butterfly.
12 in a butterfly weave as well. Yeah. So it just goes to show how far jump rings can go. If you've never started chainmail, please do, because it's a great way of getting into a wonderful, very professional looking medium of jewellery making. Now, we also, as I said, had the silver. Now, these are a slightly different size, slightly bigger, with the gorgeous texture. I love the luster that you get from these. And again, I'm thinking straight away of just a few. Yeah, I love this. Can you hold that up?
Yeah.
Is this a new link, or new weave rather?
I've done it once when I did the big body chain. So I've done it once a couple of weeks ago. It was myself and Carol on the fashion show, the fashion weekend. But I will be doing it again very soon because it went down a storm. Everybody loved it.
It's amazing. It's just fabulous, and that's called the.
This is the dragon scale.
Dragon scale. So using these lovely textures, you can create exactly what Fleur has done just there. So again, watch that space for future demonstrations of the dragon scale. Again, these are 12 millimeters, and they're a 1.5 millimeter thickness, coming away 50 of them for £5.95. You need jump rings in all jewellery making to finish them off, don't you?
Finish them off. Mark uses them in his goddess style bracelets of a macrame. You need them for your end caps, for your kumihimo. You're always going to need jump rings because they are a mechanic. It's just that I use them for patterns as well. So that's why we tend to do them in bigger quantities than, say, 10. So if you were never into chainmail, you could finish 25 pieces of jewellery.
Yeah, exactly, because you need basically one on each end of a necklace or a bracelet, pair of earrings. So you do need your jump rings. They are not only beautiful but really functional too.
They are.
And essential. There's nothing worse, coming from a very basic jewellery maker, there's nothing worse than running out of findings like this.
And you know, these kind of jump rings as well, because they've got that metal base, and I'm sure Debbie will clarify it, but I'm sure you can bake these with your polymer clay.
Oh,
you can bake them into your polymer clay.
Okay.
So if you needed to add a jump ring as a hang-in for a pendant, I'm pretty sure that Debbie said that you can use these jump rings.
Fabulous. Okay, there we go. Recap, grab them whilst you can. We've got to move on because we want to spend more time with the wonderful Fleur. Back to your demonstration, my darling.
Okay, so we're going to do one now that is really basic. It's called the Mobius ring, and it's the one that a lot of people start with.
Love it.
It's just so beautiful and it's so useful. I mean, I've used it in 2 of the earrings. The ones that are the first pair of earrings and then the third pair of earrings have both got Mobius rings in them. The first pair has got they're different sizes, so you've got one size and then the next size down, and then the third pair is just at the top of the earring, framing that gorgeous amethyst. So they're very, very useful little sort of like additions into your jewellery.
This little section in the centre there, that's the Mobius ring, isn't it?
That's the Mobius ring, and that's got about 5 jump rings in there. And you can see it just makes a beautiful rose style. So it's really, really pretty. It's such a lovely little weave. And if you make a box full of these and never do chainmail again, you will use them in all your jewellery mediums.
Yeah, I absolutely love them, and that's the best way I've heard them described as, actually, is as a rose or a peony.
Yeah, they are. They're just like beautiful little flowers. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they're so simple to create, and they take very few jump rings. So if you've got those amazing 9-carat gold jump rings that you get 10 in a pack, you can create a pair of earrings with
9-carat gold
9-carat gold earrings. So what you need to start with, I'm going to use 5 just so you can see how it's going to spiral around. And if anybody's used to seeing the Russian wedding bands, which is like an infinity circle within an infinity circle in different colours, they're a bit like that. So we're going to start with one that's closed, and I keep this one horizontal, so I never turn it vertical, I always keep it horizontal, and I imagine it like a clock face, okay? So the way that a Mobius rings is each ring interlocks and spirals around each other, which is a real long-winded way of saying it's really easy. Because I can do it, so it's really easy.
No, if I can do it, then you can do it. That's more of an accurate way of saying it.
So if I look at my my jump ring there and imagine that 4 o'clock's about here, I'm going to take this open jump ring and I'm going to come down through the middle at about 4 o'clock there, okay? And I'm going to close it together. Now I'm right-handed, so I've added it with my right hand. I'm now going to slide this jump ring across to my left hand, because that's my holding hand. So when I've got my pliers, I call it my non-dominant hand, because it's not the one that I actually use to chainmail. So I'm going to slide it across, and if you get confused, if you just look at it there, it looks like, since we're talking about designers and not mentioning their names, but it looks like that famous one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
The double C one. So you can, if you get confused, you can always remember that little thing there. You can always tell you've got it in the right way. So if I just lay it down, you can see straight away those two are now spiraling around inside each other. Okay, I'm going to pick it back up. I'm going to take my next colour. Now this jump ring goes exactly the same space between both of the jump rings. So right into the middle, capturing both jump rings together, and close it up. And then when we lay that one back down, that one now is going to sit again around there. Now some people, when they drop it or they pop it down on the mat, it might sit like that and it doesn't look right. You can see it's just that yellow ring has just flipped the opposite way.
Not following, is it?
Yeah, so what you can do, the best way that I sort of tend to tell people is pop your pliers in the middle and give it a spin. And by spinning it, it settles it all down. So you can see now that's a traditional 3-ringed Mobius flower. Now when you start adding more jump rings in there, they get known as vortexes because it looks like a big vortex. So I'm just going to add another jump ring in there just so you can see the difference that it will make when you keep adding them in. And you can add more and more jump rings until you've got no gap in the middle at all. So that's 4 jump rings, and then my last one for 5. So again, each jump ring goes right through the middle. So you can see now what a beautiful effect. And if you have got different colours, so if you did have that big matrix box with the 4 different colours, you could put 2 of each colour and have this huge, big, beautiful pendant, which would look amazing.
Just threaded onto what, a chain?
Yeah, that's all you need to do, just thread them onto the chain. So now I've got my Mobius flower. A lot of people will make them and they, how do I connect it now to another piece of jewellery or an earring finding? And what you need to do is...
That was exactly what I was just wondering, actually.
If I just get the correct size, so you can see the little baby diddy one there. Now if you look at your earring findings, when you get your earring findings, because that's got 5 jump rings on it, it won't tend to sit in that little loop. So if I just pop it there, it's a little bit too thick. You see there's too many jump rings to sit within that little tiny loop.
Yes.
But so what I need to do is pop a jump ring between the Mobius ring and the earring finding. But as it sits like that, because if I was to put a jump ring there, it would make the Mobius ring turn the opposite way. So what I need to do is just manipulate the ring on the bottom so it's facing the same direction. So all I've done is turn the ring on the bottom, turn it the same way, take my open jump ring, I'll just quickly open this one.
Whilst Fleur's doing that, can I just say, the phone lines are open to text in your answers to your extravaganza to win some of Fleur's amazing pieces of jewellery. So text in now 60777. Start your text with JM Studios, or alternatively you can call and speak to our contact centre as well. So call in now with your answers. There will be no more appearances coming your way, and fingers crossed for you.
So I've got my jump ring through my earring finding, and I'm using the same size jump ring just so that it aesthetically looks the same. And I'm going to pick up my Mobius flower in my fingers, and I'm going to go through the middle of them all, just pop it onto there, so it's gone right through the middle of all the jump rings, close it up, and there you now have your Mobius ring onto your earring finding facing the correct way. So just remember, if you've got two circles that look the same way, if you like horizontal, you need a vertical jump ring to connect them together. So it's easier to manipulate your earring finding than to add in two jump rings to get it to face the right way.
Alternatively, oval jump rings work really well for that as well.
Yeah, oval jump rings absolutely perfect for that as well. So with the when you're just looking at the earrings on the bottom there, if you're going to create a spiral on the bottom, what I would say is just judge your spiral size with the size of your Mobius ring so that it stays exactly the same. So make your Mobius ring first, and then make your spiral to match it up if you do want to emulate those earrings.
Do you know, one of the first pair of gold earrings I bought myself was a Mobius ring in gold, which I bought from the jewellers. Strictly speaking, it wasn't a Mobius ring because it was like probably pre-formed and set.
Fused,
but meant to look like a Mobius ring itself, but so beautiful. It's a really classic design, isn't it?
They are, and like I say, I've got a box, I think there must be about 300-400 in the box of all different colours and all different sizes. And if I need, in a piece of jewellery, if I need something at the end or, you know, a little flourish, say, for my pendant, that's the first thing I go for.
Little flourish?
A flourish. I need a little flourish on the end.
We all need a bit of a flourish.
Bless you.
We do. We need a little bit of a flourish from time to time. Bless her. Even when she's poorly, and she's doing amazing soldiering on, bless her. Is that what you use then?
Yep, I would use
use a
Mobius ring just to add that little flourish.
Flourish, that's a new word now. It's going to be entered into the Oxford Dictionary. We're going to see to that, my darling. We were talking earlier on that clasp is something you really need to consider, especially with your chainmail, because it has got more of a weight behind it, particularly if you start using your coppers, etc. You want to have the clasp which will actually have durability, shall we say?
Yeah, and aesthetically looks like it belongs.
Absolutely, because there's nothing worse than having a big... I've got necklaces which I've bought sort of... I'm going to admit it, I've got a couple of costume pieces of jewellery which I've bought when you're looking for something specific and I haven't been able to make it myself. One in particular springs to mind, which is so incredibly uncomfortable it got thrown away straight away. But it's a really big bib style necklace, and it's got the tiniest, weeniest little clasp, which is only going, you know, rubbish. Rubbish.
You need them.
You do need something substantial. These are stunning, aren't they?
They are. Just bring back that piece again. So if I was to put a tiny little clasp on that,
on your dragon weave,
but with those amazing S clasps.
Can we have? Here we go. Yeah. So absolutely, if we were to put, you know, a teeny-weeny bolt ring, it wouldn't look right, would it?
No, it needs a big clasp.
So yeah, one of these, however, would look amazing. Plus you have also got the storage box as well. 4 different designs. I'm just going to get them all out so you can actually see. These are S hooks, so again, it kind of says it as it is really in terms of the design themselves. Often used as the main feature by many designers out there. And when you've got them as beautiful as this, they have got jump rings on, and I should probably hold them with the jump rings. As beautiful as this, why wouldn't you use them as a main feature to design? So this is one. You can see they're very sizable. 48 pieces in total. Thread the other one on. They come with the jump rings, the connecting jump rings. You can see the difference there. So lots of beautiful detail. You can understand why we said it would go beautifully with Fleur's dragon weave. There's the next one. Again, you can see the difference in terms of the design. And last one, but by no means least, already lots of you getting involved. I have to bring that price tag in. 48 of your S hooks should be £21.95 plus your 7mm jump rings, which do come attached, and you can very easily take them off if you want to. Now today, not £21.95. Don't forget Easter Sunday, everybody. Happy Easter. Hope you've had a lovely day so far, a lovely weekend, and lots of wonderful things planned. £14.95. Wow, that's a big price reduction.
How many's in there?
48.
That's
31 approximately pence each.
So you wouldn't even attempt to make it, would you, out of a big thick wire?
Why would you?
Because you haven't got that detail. You can't get that detail on there as well. That's amazing. If you've got the big jump rings from the other Matrix box as well, they go hand in hand together.
They're beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, totally agree. And again, I've seen these S hooks just used as links.
Yeah, I was going to say you could create a real statement look of a necklace just by linking them all together. Or again, a belt or on your handbag.
Really lovely. And you certainly wouldn't... 31p each. Very, very, very affordable.
price.
And the storage box as well. Don't forget, that's invaluable. Almost sold out, less than 10 of those remaining, so please do check out as soon as you can. Now, we have got coming up after the break, the Black Matrix Opal. So don't go anywhere. We're talking about one of the most aspirational types of opal on this entire planet. Whenever you say black in a sentence with opal, generally straight away, gemologists' ears will literally pick up. Now, who is this hour's winner? You are going to win the wonderful Fleur's pieces of jewellery. Not just one, you're getting all of them. Can I just say, that's a big prize. A really, really big prize.
I hope you got your ears pierced.
Our winner is Kirsty Ellis. Congratulations, Kirsty. You are our winner. The answer was 4. What were we counting again? Bunnies this time. So it goes to show how observant I am.
Yeah, I didn't see one. I was just going straight
I didn't
on.
see one either, so I was too engrossed. So well done, Kirsty. We have got more chances for you to win Fleur's jewellery coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. But don't go anywhere, because this is truly, truly something that gemologists, geologists, connoisseurs and collectors the world over will be thinking, wow, that is a magnitude opportunity, and that is Black Opal, Matrix Opal, which is coming up after this.
Labradorite is an incredibly popular gemstone here at Jewellery Maker. As a member of the Feldspar family, this particular gemstone shows beautiful blue flashes as light hits the internal structure. The different layers that make up this structure give rise to really interesting colour play on the surface of the gemstone. The most usual colours we see are blue to violet, but you can also see flashes of orange and red. Its optical properties such as these, it gives gemstones the edge, as these properties cannot be simulated by man.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back, everybody, and a happy Easter to you all. My name's Elena and you're watching Jewellery Maker. Now, we're going to go straight into a hugely exclusive opportunity. Now, what is matrix opal? Firstly, there are various different types of opal. Opal is a gemstone which is probably one of the most complex in a sense that you can have crystal opal, you can have jelly opal, you can have cubipede opal, you can have matrix opal, as we're bringing you now. You can have boulder opal, mosaic opal, you can have coloured opal. I can go on and on and on. There's so many different varieties. It's a gemstone, firstly, that doesn't have a crystal structure. It doesn't form in the same way that other gemstones do, so it's very unique in that context. Basically, silica spheres, so water, if you like, gathers, if you like, within cracks and crevices of a host rock. That gathering of those silica spheres produces a wonderful phenomena called play of colour. Now, what differentiates, and there's such vast difference between sort of all those different former mentioned types of opal, all of which will have that wonderful performance in terms of its visuality. But some are opaque, some have got are assembled, if you like, some are dyed, some are transparent, all different variations. So what makes matrix opal so distinctive? Because it is very distinctive. Firstly, it's a type of boulder opal, so it is faceted alongside the host rock. So if you can imagine those cracks and crevices within a location, matrix opal is actually faceted alongside a lot of the host rock as well, which means that it tends to be generally, or it's hoped to be, very dark in terms of its colour. So when you start bringing a boulder opal, matrix opal, which has got that very definite black colour, because it's only going to encourage the spectrums of colours of the spectrums of colours from the play of colour, if that makes sense to you, encourage them to the forefront, ignite them somewhat, it becomes more and more desirable. So obviously you want to have play of colour within, but it's that rich, intense black which makes it some of the most valuable on the planet. Now, often sourced, it can be sourced in different locations. Australia is an amazing supplier of black opal. As you can see, this is from Africa. Again, amazing examples coming from each of those countries and continents, etc. It's all about that performance of colour and that definite midnight black. The best way that I can describe, a black opal, a matrix opal, in terms of what we aspire to, is that picture a really dramatic storm, whether it's where it's thundering and it's lightning, sometimes, which can be a little bit terrifying, because I do think Mother Nature can be quite terrifying, certainly exciting. Imagine sort of lightning lighting up a horizon. Maybe you're looking out your bedroom window or something like that, and it is midnight, literally pitch black. There's not a street light or anything like that, and that lightning then lights up the landscape. That's what black matrix opal can do to an opal. So really hugely exciting. Now, if you were to research on the web, and by all means do, I'd encourage you to do that as well, you'll find that black opal also can command thousands of pounds per carat weight, and or per millimetre, depending on how it's actually measured, and is often some of the most sought after on the planet. Up until this moment in time, I had the privilege and pleasure, and I'm saying this hopefully while you're all making your combinations before your confirmations, before I actually show you and really get into sort of showing you the piece itself. I had the privilege and honour of meeting a gentleman called Andrew Cody. If you want to learn more about opal, maybe it's your birthstone as an October baby, Andrew Cody has a book. It's all about opal. It's very easy reading. It's not something that you have to scratch your head about and reread the pages. It's quite a short publication, but it has everything that you need to to know about opals. And I can remember having the opportunity of meeting Andrew Cody, who is president of establishments, and he's the founder of Cody Opals in Australia. And he was talking passionately about black opal, and he was selling a couple, and he only had a couple of black opals on what was our USA channel at that time. Sold instantaneously, and I'm not surprised by that, probably snapped up by either a retailer or a gemologist. Now, I'm so excited that I can bring you this chance and make it affordable for everybody. I'm going to show you, like I said, the main body colour is a very intense black. It is the host rock ultimately. But then what you'll get is beautiful speckles of primary colours coming through. So can you see those wonderful greens just there? And again, I can literally, oh gosh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's scattered and dispersed across the entirety of each of these gemstones. Now, you were entranced by, enthralled by the reds, weren't you? Fleur, yeah, you were looking at the reds. I'm enthralled by these greens just because it is so amazingly electric. Again, across the entirety of the strands, you'll see every single one will have their own individual appearances. Again, I'm looking at blues as well within. Take it out into natural daylight, and that's only, look at the reds there. Can you see those? That's what Fleur was looking at. Isn't that incredible? Purples as well. This is what a black matrix opal is all about. And that's in the studio, by the way. So if you think it looks good right now, wait till you get this home. Wait till you get it into natural daylight. It's certainly something exciting, and it's not something that I can make any comparison with whatsoever. Can you understand why I say like a perfect midnight pitch black storm, and then you've got these flashes of electricity coming through? Because you wouldn't really, highly unlikely, or certainly very rare, to get such an intense primary red and such electric blues and greens like this. And again, the one next to it, you can see the greens coming through there. And I'm not singling out one or two gemstones. They all do exactly the same. Brand new. You've got 105 carats here, totally and utterly natural. This isn't dyed in any way, shape or form, which often matrix opal is, or black opal is. Obviously a lot rarer to get it in its natural form, a lot more valuable to get it in its natural form. So I'm so delighted for you. Mandy in Liverpool, they're stunning, like gorgeous little planets. Can't wait to get these. Mandy, you're going to love them. It was the first thing that I sort of honed in on when I came into the studios today, just because I've only ever brought black opal 3 times in my entire career. 3 times. Once was with Andrew Cody when he had his 2 one-of-a-kind pieces that sold straight away, and they were thousands of pounds. And then the second time, I've brought you black opal before, sold out straight away. Can you remember that, Kim? Yeah, can you remember that? But this is nothing like that strand, is it? Nothing like it at all. They're bigger, but they've really got those electric blues and reds within. So, and this occasion right here, right now. So this is the 3rd time that I've ever brought black opal, or matrix black opal. Sonia in London, they look like what space might look like if you were looking out the window in a rocket. Yeah. They do, don't they? They're fantastic. And that's why it is so desired, so rarely seen. Ask yourself this, I mean, every time that you go, that you have a little look in jewellery establishments, I mean, opal is a mainstream gemstone. How often do you actually see opal, which has got this black colour, naturally, not dyed, but also the matrix as well. The matrix is kind of like, how does the matrix form, by the way? Does anyone know? Nicola and Kent, sorry. It's a solar system of gems. It's beyond the night sky. I love that. I love it. I love how poetic you all are as well. How does a matrix form across a gemstone? basically, whether it's opal, whether it's turquoise, it's actually vibrations that form that matrix, that pattern, vibrations which then become visual, if you like, within a matrix opal as well. So you've got the patterns, but you've also got the silica spheres, and then you've got the play of colour in there. So there's a lot going on visually, shall we say, for you to absorb, to take in. This is a graduated strand, so you are getting multiple solitaires. It's an 8 centimetre strand, but obviously you can see, you know, we could have faceted these into smaller sizes, but we wanted, with an opal, it's like a work of art. You don't want to cut too much or too little. You know, the best way to bring these to you was actually in the bigger size, which is just amazing, absolutely incredible. Now, the price that you can see on the web is not what this is closing at. $59.95 is what you can see, and already loads of web bidders have made confirmations, and telephone bidders as well. I don't blame you. I would be doing exactly the same. We are talking about, and I quote, off various different websites, black opal is the most valuable, black matrix opal as well. Yes, yes, we can bring it to you today at a more affordable price, but it's so rare to get it in its natural form. Not $59.95. Instead, today we are bringing you beautiful, shining examples of this gorgeous gemstone at $49.95. We're talking about one of the rarest varieties of this gemstone, and regulars to Jewellery Maker will be going, well, I only have to look at Jewellery Maker to realise that. It's nothing like we've ever seen, is it?
Nothing at all. And if you were at one of those gem shows that are around the country, you'd pay that for the end one, for the smallest one on the end.
Absolutely. Look at this.
It's just amazing. It's like a firework.
It is, isn't it?
It's just like a firework.
It is like a firework, yeah, absolutely.
And it's on so many different levels as well. When you look into it, you can just see all the different colours from different levels coming through.
Incredible. What was that, Maggie? This is like the Northern Lights, yeah, absolutely. The darkness of the sky, and then the electricity of the play of colour, and then the colours mysteriously and magically appearing from nowhere. Maggie says, "Oh gosh, Maggie, so poetic." I love it. That's what gemstones does to you there. That's what black matrix opal does for you. Well done. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to bring something like this before. It is one of life's mysteries, isn't it? It is, without shadow of a doubt, a natural beauty, and this gemstone is, without shadow of a doubt, that. Free phone, telephone number, get this home. If you're new to Jewellery Makers, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. Do your research as soon as you get it home. You can understand why that main body colour, and again, look at the flashes of green going off in the background there. I have to move on in the essence of time. Check out as soon as you can. That's incredible. Amazing. Another Easter deal? I think we should, shouldn't we? 1 second. Oh, I tell you what, there's more after this. Should we just do black opal? Have you just made black opal part of your possessions? Wow. Very few people can say that, you know. Very, very, very few people can say that. So we were talking about how there's so many different variations of opal. Shall we stick with opal, this gorgeous gemstone, or the queen of gemstones, as William Shakespeare once said? I can't argue with that, Mr. Shakespeare. Because it is a beautifully feminine and regal gemstone.
It is.
How about if you have the queen of gemstones in a full-on palette of colours? Now, not only do I think of William Shakespeare with his wonderful choice words about this gem, I think about Monet and his amazing ability to combine colours in such a unique way with elegant brush strokes. That's what this strand reminds me of. Now, this is the first time ever that I have seen multicolours like it. First time ever. Are you looking at tanzanite blues? Are you looking at fire opal reds? Are you looking at pinks and greens? Green opal? Have we ever done that? I haven't seen green opal, have you?
Seen it in a cabochon. We've done it in cabochons.
In a cabochon?
Yeah, but never as a drilled gemstone.
A full spectrum of colours of opal. Red opal, have you ever had that before? White opal you've got in here. Wait. What colour is this? There's nothing like it on the website. I'm just looking at that and saying, is that a black opal? I don't know. I'm not saying this. It just looks quite black to me. You've got beautiful pinks and purples, wonderful blues. And again, you've got that mate. Oh, I love that orange. Look at that orange colour. Red fire opal. I've never seen a strand like this before with such a combination of colours and spectrums.
That, if you just popped a clasp on that, that would be an amazing piece of jewellery to wear with whatever you've got in your wardrobe.
Yeah, it's going to match everything. Yeah. It's going to get, and the shape of the wheels as well. That graduation as well works so incredibly beautiful. 40 carats of natural opal. So yes, not dyed in any way, shape or form. I've brought collections of coloured opal before. I won't say what they're called because then obviously I'll be singling out a certain establishment. But they were, there's one in particular collection I'm thinking of was dyed. It was definitely dyed, and they had lovely colours like tangerine. They had yellows, they had fuchsia pinks, they had greens, they had electric blues, but they were all dyed, and that's absolutely fine. It's still a rare and valuable gemstone, but in its natural form like this, astonishing, especially with all of these different colours and saturations. Have to bring the price tag in. Never seen anything quite like it. A full Monet's palette of opal colours should be £37.95. Don't forget, Easter deals, Easter Sunday. If you're on those phone lines making those confirmations, I would certainly suggest, if you got this, I believe that if you got this right now and sold it straight away without doing anything to it, I truly think you'd be able to make acquire a higher price tag. £27.95 only. D in Hampshire, that's a stunning strand. Just out of class and perfect for this year's Pantone and outfit. Absolutely, it really is, isn't it? Pastel hues, which I always love. Is it going to work with morganite? Is it going to work with kunzite? Is it going to work with tanzanite? Probably an easier question, Fleur. What won't this work with?
There's nothing it won't work with. Nothing. I personally would probably put pearls in between that, because I think opal and pearl is just beautiful. Just some nice pearls, maybe some rice bead pearls. Yeah. Just to elongate it out a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or make a ring. You can make a beautiful ring.
Yes, you could, because they're lovely shapes, aren't they? Really nice shapes. Use them for your channel setting. They'd be fantastic for that, channel setting. I'd certainly be thinking about your high-end sterling silver findings with, the former black matrix opal and most definitely this coloured opal as well. Janet, Christine, hello to you. Marianne and Ali, hello. And London and Jenny and Lorraine and Trixie and Kent. Francis, you've got yours. Lovely to be with you. County Cork, nice to have your company this morning. Happy Easter, everybody. Love to be able to bring you something which is really new, because hey, listen, every single time I bring you gemstones and strands, they always excite me. They really do. Nothing is ever something where I go, oh gosh, you know, I'm in the wrong job if I think that about gemstones. But when I bring you something that I've not seen before, like this, yeah, I've seen coloured opal, but not with a full palette like that. Amazing. Well done to each and every single one of you. Now, there is more. We were talking about using your sterling silver and your precious metal findings. Now, I've left my tweezers, haven't I? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to have to bring the price in very quickly because these do sell in their hundreds. I'll try my very best to hold them with my fingers. Hang on, I could use my grabber maybe. Oh. Bear with. Okay. You are getting these lovely charms. Can you see that? Hold it better in some tweezers because they have just appeared with our wonderful Fleur. Thank you, Fleur. 10 pieces of these beautiful charms. Oh no, I've got it stuck. Solid 925 sterling silver. Solid 925 sterling silver. The curves of the petals, the luster that you're getting, aren't they beautiful? Again, just put these on a charm bracelet.
They could be a little signature.
Yeah.
You know, have a little flower as your signature on. So if you were doing stretchy bracelets, you know, if you had like my jadeite one, you could have one as like the charm, and that could be a little signature that everybody knows it is one of your pieces.
One of your pieces of jewellery. Love that idea. Absolutely adore that idea. And they're really intricate, aren't they? They're the perfect size as well, which means they could be charms, they can be pendants, they can also be earrings. And of course, solid 925 sterling silver with the high-end gemstones that we've been bringing you today. All different affordabilities and budgets. These are going to work wonderfully. Have to bring that price tag in for you, though. Lots of you there. Wait. That's £1.29 each. We are well and truly oversubscribed in terms of quantity. Check out as soon as you can. Stay on those phone lines. You know, you can buy little flower charms like this in certain branded shops. Yeah. What would one of these cost? £20, £30, £40, £50? I reckon so. For just the one, you're getting 10 here. And they are, like I said, they're not base metals, they're not plastics. These are genuine sterling silver. Sold out, well done. Congratulations to you all. Now, stay tuned because we've got loads of deals, including more sterling silver. So, again, very limited edition. There's only 34 of these, and these come in 2 parts. Do you know what they remind me of? Adam and Eve. It's kind of got that vine-like effect. Okay, I'm going to show you both components separately. Or one of those big, is it banana palms? That's beautiful, isn't it? They are actually toggle clasps. So you have, this is the actual clasp, I assume. And then the toggle comes like this. Aren't they lovely? Lots of sterling silver, 1.81 grams, and you're getting 3 of these in a set. Again, I'd use these as pendants and charms and...
Pendants and cufflink.
Oh, cufflinks, that's a nice idea.
Yeah.
That's a really nice... Yeah, so the actual leaf itself as a palm.
Yeah.
As a pendant, rather.
Pendant, yeah.
And the vine, maybe, as the cufflink.
As the cufflink bar, yeah.
That's a really nice idea. And it's making, obviously, these opportunities go that little bit further. You're getting 3 of these, so 3 of your vines, 3 of your leaves itself, measuring 20 by 5 millimetres. And the leaf is 16 by 10 millimetres. They literally just slot through, basically. That's how you get the toggle to work. Solid 925 sterling silver, and again, substantial amount of sterling silver invested into these as well. It is Easter weekend, and we're bringing you Easter deals left, right and centre. We've had lots of sellouts as well throughout the course of the morning. I don't think this is going to be any different. Coming your way at...
For all 3 of them?
For all 3, Fleur.
You can't buy silver plated, like fancy, because they are like fancy toggle clasps, aren't they?
Yeah.
You'd struggle to get silver plated for that.
Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Okay, we did say it's Easter. We've got a lot to bring you today. But so time is of the essence, basically. And Kim's watching that clock meticulously and saying, "Not quick enough. Got to move. I've got to drop. I've got to drop because time is of the essence. I've got so much to squeeze in throughout the course of the hour. So let's take it down. Just all right. Yeah, it reduced it by a couple of quid. But there's less than 50 of these available. It's not necessary for us to price reduce. It's just in the essence of time. What was that, Kimbo? More Easter deals coming up next in your birthstone kit. Fabulous for all of you August babies out there as well. You could just literally restrand this, just thread it through with a bit of sterling silver chain, and you've got something beautifully high end, haven't you? Don't need to invest heavily in terms of your time. Look how limited edition it is though now. Lots of you getting involved. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, again, if this was a pendant in a jeweller's, you wouldn't see it at £10.
No.
Just the one component, let alone all 6, because it is 6, isn't it? 3 of each. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, okay. It's just arrived. I haven't even seen it yet. But just arrived here in the studio. We've got another Easter deal. My eyes are wide because, okay, peridot usually forms in quite tiny, tiny, tiny gemstones. It can almost be granular. If you've ever seen pictures of in Hawaii, or maybe you've been lucky enough to go to Hawaii, there are certain shores, certain locations within that US state that actually have got greenish sands. It's not the sand. There are tiny grains of peridot on the Hawaii shores. This gemstone, probably amongst some of the smallest growing gemstones out there in terms of its carat weight. So it is exceedingly exciting that anything, and I do mean anything over 1 carat, gets to be faceted into one solitary gemstone. An executive decision was made with our associates not so long ago. I don't know if this still stands. I believe it does. With our associates, where that anything of this size and this calibre was firstly exclusive. It was made exclusive. I don't know if that's still the case, but I'm just quoting from sort of yester months, I suppose. Was made exclusive. An amazing negotiation was made about that. And outside of that negotiation, if that hadn't have been made from, and again, this is Chinese, right? This is Is this Chinese peridot? I believe it is, yeah. So I'm assuming, and I am assuming, that it's going to be Changbai because of our very close associates with that. I can't say for certain, but I'm going to assume it is the Changbai mine. Because of that negotiation, that's the only reason that we're able to bring it to you. Because the reality is, we made a purchase. Kim, how many have we got of these? Okay, fantastic. Right. The only way that this is possible, because this is uncommissionable, for us to source the gemstones at the price that we're taking it to, it would not be possible if you were at a trade show fair. To buy this gemstone without the sterling silver, it wouldn't be possible at what we're taking it to. I truly believe that. Because we negotiated that exclusivity deal, it meant that we bought 15, I say we, when we were part of TGC, we bought 15 years worth of supply. 15 years worth of supply of peridot. Because the buying power of that wonderful company is such, that's how they were able to offer you such an incredible deal. If that hadn't have been the case and we were buying in smaller parcels of this gemstone, then obviously it would have been a much higher price point. I look at regularly a gem buying guide and the average price per carat of various different gemstones. Currently, last time that I looked at peridot, for extra fine grade, and I'm not grading this right now, I'm just showing, well, if I show you, can you see any internal flaws? Can you see a perfect chartreuse colour? I'm not going to personally grade it because I'm not allowed to do that on air, but for extra fine grade, you are talking at triple figures per carat. You've got 1.91 carats in this one beautiful gemstone. So we're talking... no, hang on, I don't know, did I say that right? It's $180 per carat currently for peridot. So that works out about £90 per carat without the sterling silver for extra fine grade. So on that basis, this should be in excess of, well and truly in excess of £90, shouldn't it? Because you've got almost double that carat weight and all of the sterling silver included within. Amazing. But it's pure and simple down to the fact that when we were part of that wonderful company that is TGC, and we still are very, very closely associated to them, we were able to negotiate an exclusivity deals. That's the only reason, the sole reason I am suggesting that we can bring this to you at what we are right now. Capitalise on it, because I highly doubt that we'll ever be able to bring you, never say never, but unlikely to be able to bring you a solitaire of 1.91 carats of peridot at anywhere near this Easter deal price. Now, not only do you get that stunning round brilliant cut solitaire with the sterling silver, you get the 2 lengths of chain, which, by the way, let me just see, connector, I'm trying to find the lengths of chain as well, it's 1 millimetre, and they're two 10-centimetre lengths. You've got the 5 jump rings, the beautiful solid sterling silver clasp, which I should mention and talk about a lot more, but I'm really engrossed in the fact that you have got one of the biggest gemstones of peridots that I've ever brought to wear, and the sterling silver clasp as well. It's part of our birthstone, collection, but it's going to sell out, no if buts or maybes. A neon natural gemstone. It's not irradiated, enhanced in any way, shape or form. This is all down to Mother Nature's incredible ability to bring that presence of colour. What you're seeing on the web, folks, just to give you a little heads up, not your price point, not your price. And let's make this fair for everybody. If you're watching on the phone lines, watching on the television screens and shopping on the phone lines, this is what everybody can see, £24.95. Can I just reiterate what we were talking about earlier on? Currently, in the gem buying guide, it's $180 per carat for extra fine grade. Now, I'm not grading this, but you can see already that we are well and truly unsurpassing that price tag, and we can't even stop there. And again, this is kind of like us. Do you know what? We're kind of contradicting ourselves to a certain degree, because we've also struck up an agreement, so it means that we can't go over certain prices of certain gemstones, and that is contradicting massively everything that I have just said here. So uncommissionable, basically. Get it whilst you can. I highly doubt that I'll be able to bring you a gemstone of this size, of peridot, of this calibre, at anywhere near this price tag in the future. Highly doubt. I mean, Fleur, you know your gemstones. And I have to be sort of very careful, but you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Definitely.
And it's when we start bordering on 2 carats of peridot.
I mean, I own more peridot jewellery than I own any other gemstone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't think I've got a really large ring on it. It's not 2 carats. It's certainly not that big, and it was, dare I say, about 4 times that price in sterling silver.
Yeah.
Sterling silver and peridot, and it was about 4 times that price for just the one.
I bought my mum a peridot ring recently. She was wearing it last time I saw her. She loves it, and that was in sterling silver, and that was certainly 3 times this price, and that was at staff cost.
Yeah.
3 times this price tag, and it wasn't this carat weight. It's smaller than this. Already, lots of you making those confirmations. Absolutely incredible, well done. Stock permitting, of course, I'll be joining you. And do you know what? All of these lovely birthstone bracelets. Imagine layering them up, so the ruby, the peridot,
Yeah.
the amethyst, or the tanzanite that you had yesterday. Absolutely fabulous. No, wait a sec, there we go. And I've also got the matching pendants as well. Can you imagine them all layered up next to one another? Yes, I'm about to bring you the peridot pendant to match. It's that beautiful stylized heart in a round brilliant cut. So this is what we call an idiochromatic gemstone. It means that it gets its colour from the trace elements. Done with those now? There we go. From the trace elements that are, chemicals that are present within the beautiful gemstone. In this case, it's iron. It's very specific. With peridot, it's very specific what colour you have. It's what we call chartreuse. So on a Pantone chart, if you imagine it sort of developing from yellow right the way through to your dark green, you want it to be yellow being at the top, dark green being at the top, say 12 o'clock. You want it to be at 6 o'clock, if you know what I mean. It's that 50-50% of both of those colours. energetic, you want the clarity in there as well. This is totally natural. So an amazing gemstone, which is very, very closely linked to diamonds. I often call them best friends, basically, because they kind of hold each other's hands to the crust, to the Earth's surface, basically being pushed up, and often they push each other up to the surface of the Earth via kimberlite pipes. Now, love the fluidity. I mean, look at that stylized curve. Look at how the luster literally appears to migrate, doesn't it? Like sort of liquid.
Yeah, it's like a really expensive sports car. You know, when you see a really expensive sports car or
the
high end,
curves.
the curves of it all, and you can see that it's a lot of time and effort have been put into the design of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just a heart. It's been designed so that it just shines so beautifully, and those curves are so perfect.
Yeah, just making the most of every single one of those angles, and you're right there. We're running out of time, so I need to bring that price tag in for you. You're absolutely right to say that, Fleur. I totally agree. Every single angle is capturing the light, and that's what, of course, you want your precious metals to do. Now, we should be bringing it to you at $19.95. That's where we should be. All the other sterling silver, including a 50 centimetre length chain, which again has got the 2 jump rings on, and I'll hold it actually, on the bottom of the chain, so very easy to connect, very simple to connect for those of you that are new to Jewellery Maker. Literally attach a jump ring, attach it to the 2 jump rings which you can see on the bottom, and you're done and dusted. Solid, genuine, 925 sterling silver, beautiful, genuine.
Not happy.
You're not happy?
Not happy.
Why are you not happy?
Because I want 3 of those. Because I want to make earrings and a pendant.
How many have we got of these, Kim? There's 102. I don't know if that's going to be enough, Fleur.
It's not going to be enough.
Because there's lots of people on the phone lines and on the web. But I understand you wanting 3 of these. Yeah, pair of earrings and a pendant. How beautiful is this?
It's just gorgeous.
I mean, this is, you can't get an Easter egg for this price point.
No, you can't.
And all right, you might have to wait a few days to give that Easter present, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if it was this or chocolate. I know, well, which one's going to do me more favours, firstly, but I'm going to have this forever.
That's it. And
So beautiful.
again, presents. You keep it in your present drawer.
Yeah.
Pop it in a little box.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the amount of sterling silver that's invested into this. We haven't scrimped, not even on the chain. You can see how substantial the chain is. You know, sometimes when you look at sterling silver chains, and they're so insignificant that they don't even fall and suspend around the décolletage. Yeah. They almost stick to you.
Yeah.
This is really, really an investment of your precious metal. Well done. Loads of webbing sat in your baskets. I really don't know. With the greatest respect, I don't know what you're waiting for. I really don't. Because it's going to check out 102, did you say? Yeah. I've got a text message from Eileen in Derbyshire. Morning, girls. You would be lucky to get the chain alone for that. Totally concur, Eileen.
You would. You would.
Totally agree with you, my lovely. I agree. I agree. Got to move on. Moving on to amethyst and ametrine on a strand. As a member of the quartz family, you get various different looks, but ametrine is arguably the rarest. Ametrine is a combination of citrine and amethyst, and it occurs naturally. And it's not actually, it used to be once said that it was a slight difference in temperature which caused that wonderful phenomena, but actually that can't be proven. It's a little bit of a question mark gemstone, if you like, but it can't be replicated within a laboratory. So within this strand you are getting wonderful ametrine examples, which is that bicolour fusion of citrine, so you've got liquid sunshine teamed up with your very rich and regal amethyst purples. You want to have the clarity, and my goodness, you've certainly got it here, faceted to perfection. I take this strand, simply restrand it and wear it as a 360-degree neckline piece. At 28 centimetres, you might need to maybe add a few spacer beads, sterling silver spacer beads in between, just to maximise on the length, I suppose. And that's actually going to allow the bicolours of the gemstone to sort of to leap forward.
It'll shine more, yeah. Because as soon as you separate these kind of colours apart, they get their own little showcase, so they can see the colour differential in all those beautiful gemstones.
You're allowing those gemstones to stand in the spotlight, aren't you? And these all deserve to be in that spotlight, if you like. Totally agree with you. And this will get lovely with the pearls that you've got coming up in the next designer inspiration. Again, already lots of you getting involved. We're very, very, very busy. Amethyst, you know, globally renowned. Of course, we know it's a very valuable gemstone, particularly in these rich regal colours. Ametrine, one of the world's rarest gemstones, without shadow of a doubt. Now, coming your way, Easter deals. Have we ever done ametrine at £6.95 before? Have we ever done ametrine at £6.95 before?
You can only find it in one place in the world.
Exactly. From a teeny weeny mine in Bolivia. On our own website. For ametrine, on our own website, £31.95. Funnily enough, there is zip, nada, nil, zero, under £6.95. Diddly.
You can make a beautiful necklace for that peridot heart charm. So, because the peridot and the amethyst and ametrine would look beautiful together. So you could have your sterling silver chain and have a little bit of amethyst in the middle, and then have your pendant.
That's a nice idea.
On that, all for under, what is it, £20?
All for under £20, exactly. Ametrine, peridot, and amethyst, sterling silver, absolutely incredible. You've got it all there for £20. Fabulous, well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Now, okay. Please, I'm going to ask all of our viewers who have maybe purchased or very knowledgeable maybe about gemstones and your Tahitian pearls in particular to text in. Will you do me a favour? Just because it's all very well and good me saying it and Fleur saying it, because I'm going to put myself into sort of the shoes of viewers who might be thinking, okay, you're obviously paid to say that. I would never say something I don't mean and I don't genuinely believe. Tahitian pearls are arguably the most expensive of pearls, maybe along with your Akoya. And the reason for that is, before I've jumped the gun, so I'll come back to this, sorry. Can I ask our regular viewers or anybody that's bought Tahitian pearls, whether it be from here or whether it be from elsewhere, the prices that you expect a Tahitian pearl to be? This is going to be the biggest saving of the day thus far. Now, so can you do that, or maybe just have a little look on the website right now? See, for like quality, perfectly spherical, so you want them to be beautifully round. 11.25 millimetre. Obviously, it's an organic gemstone, so it's measured in millimetres rather than carat weight. See what prices you can buy a single Tahitian pearl for. Okay, so the most expensive piece of jewellery that I've ever sold, was, and I can't say who it was to, but because of privacy reasons, but to a very well-known footballer, and it was over £50,000. Yeah, well, let's be honest, he had the cash. And it was a Tahitian pearl necklace. Now, why is a Tahitian pearl so expensive? A Tahitian pearl is formed within a black oyster. A black oyster has to mature for 2 years before it's mature enough to cultivate. It's kind of like puberty, I suppose, within your pearls. Now, that oyster then grows to a staggering between 1 and 2 feet in diameter. And when you think about the size of the pearl, it starts to make sense. But they are particularly sensitive, which I love about them. They are a very sensitive mollusk. So during the cultivating process, if you know, are too rough, basically, adding that mother of pearl bead, which is tiny, granular almost, then it can even kill the oyster. So that is why this beautiful gemstone is so very, very expensive. And then, depending on the temperature of the water, the pearl forms about 1 millimetre per year. So on that basis, a Tahitian pearl could take up to 15 years. I'm working on the average of the size of the pearls you've got here. 15 years to get to you before any of the additional costs are added by the jewellers, etc. That's why, more often than not, a Tahitian pearl will sell for hundreds of pounds each. This is the biggest price reduction of the day so far. This is a massive clearance, which I'm absolutely astounded that I can do with one of the most exclusive gemstones, one of the most expensive gemstones, and certainly most coveted of the pearl itself. We've got a text message coming from Margaret in Fife. Morning, JM. For everybody who loves pearls, these are a must. They are stunningly beautiful and need no companions. That's Margaret in Fife. Thank you, my darling. I totally agree. I've got a Tahitian pearl. I didn't buy it from here. It was before I bought mine, long before Jewellery Maker were bringing Tahitian pearls, and I was lucky enough to launch these actually. But I paid hundreds of pounds. Mine's in gold, granted, and it has got the tiniest diamonds either side. But I've had it valued since, and let's just say it's in 4 figures. It's in 4 figures, but I didn't pay anywhere near that. So thank you for saying that, Margot. It doesn't need any companions. That beautiful inky colour, which is synonymous to this wonderful location of the French Polynesia, smooth nacre surface, wonderful pearlescence, but the size, the absolute size, which commands those high considered figures. Not today though. As I said, one of the biggest price reductions of the show should be not just one, for 3. So that's working out to be what, £40? Less than £40 per Tahitian pearl. Many price comparisons come in at 500, 600, 1,300 for just the one. We cannot take a single penny lower than this price tag. This is not about making money. This is about, well, to be honest, this is a new customer deal, isn't it? Because I'm going to assume that lots of you recognise Tahitian pearls. I mean, we are almost buying one and giving 2 free. That's £23 approximately per Tahitian pearl. Again, Fleur, have you know, £600
yeah,
plus?
Yeah, my mum's always wanted a pair of Tahitian pearl earrings, but they were out of her price range. So, but with this, with a pair of simple glue-in studs, because that's all you would do with these.
Yeah.
Just get your post and butterfly back that have got, you know, the pearl post there, with a little bit of glue and a couple of hours waiting time. You've now got a piece of jewellery that is very, very, very expensive.
Very, very expensive. That's the half drill that Fleur's referring to. All you need buy is some precision glue and some gold or sterling silver. I personally would go for the gold, but it's all personal preference, just because these are Tahitian pearls. So if you love to have the white colour, then maybe go for white gold. It's your choice, absolutely your choice, of course. But that's all you need to do. Just put a bit of precision glue in there. Don't use the stuff out of the tube, you know, the one that comes out in a big blob, because obviously you wouldn't want to get it on the pearl itself. Use the precision glue, which you can get on our own website, hypo cement glue. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, just leave it for a couple of hours. You can really see the quality. You've got a matching pendant there as well. The biggest saving of Tahitian pearls that I've ever seen, and I never, ever, 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 ever imagined that I'd be bringing Tahitian pearls at this kind of price point, each, let alone
Yeah.
for 3.
I mean, if you did want to have a piece of jewellery, like you were saying, in the thousands, you could take these to professional jeweller. I mean, we're quite close to the jewellery quarter here that has lots of silversmiths and goldsmiths. If you took that along to them and asked them to design a piece around it, it wouldn't cost you thousands and thousands.
No, hundreds
because
maybe, a couple of hundred.
you've bought the actual main part of it.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got, I know my mum had a couple of rings melted down, so
Yeah.
she could do that. You know, if you had some gold and some...
It does warrant and command that
does.
sort of prestige behind it as well. I'm thinking about, so my mum's got one lovely diamond ring, and my dad, bless him, actually sort of travelled to Antwerp to buy the diamond and then designed the ring and had it made for her. You can do exactly the same. So you can get your creativity, pen to pencil, that's what I used to do as well. Pen to pencil, make your own design, and then you've got something which is one of a kind. In a Tahitian pearl, we are talking about a one of a kind gemstone here. Fabulous. Loads of you have this in your baskets. Please do check out as soon as you possibly can, because again, they will sell out. And again, I'm thinking, why wouldn't you? Even if you bought these and sold them on a website, you know, a very well-known auction site, I'm sure you could sell them at a higher price tag than that. Absolutely certain of that. Now, earlier on today, we brought you an amazing launch of, yes, I've brought you blue opal before in the past, but nothing like this. This is natural Peruvian opal. Natural. So this colour, this energy, like there's almost a light switch within, a light within glowing, almost like there's a translucency, so the light is being allowed to get into the gemstone. I've never seen anything quite like it previously before. It would be a fair assumption for, and Fleur and I both admitted that we made that assumption, that this had maybe been dyed, and that's absolutely fine. Most coloured opal will have been actually dyed. No, not the case. This is all, and this is how Mother Nature actually produced these wonderful examples. I mean, this is almost bordering on some of the finest Larimar blues.
Yeah, it is. Actually, yes, it is. It's very similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
To that beautiful Larimar.
Or even Paraiba blues. Almost 50 are in baskets. This is a recap. It's been launched once today. And it will sell out. We had a massive quantity, but I was saying, look, I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring you either rounds, and we haven't done rounds before, certainly not of this size, but with that consistency of colour, you know, there's no black marks, there's no grey markings within there. The colour is absolutely fluid as well, and it's gloriously intense across every single one of those beautiful gemstones. It'd be too euphoric, I suppose, for me to think that I'm going to be able to bring this every single day. An anomaly of nature, without shadow of a doubt, in the fact that this colour has occurred without any laboratory treatment whatsoever. Over 50 of you, considerably over 50 of you, have this in your baskets. Please, please, please check out as soon as you possibly can. 65 carats and a very unique example of this beautiful gemstone, October's birthstone, of course. If you love your Larimars, if you love your Paraiba, if you love your apatite, something which has got that real energy, then you'll adore these as well. They glow like no other blue opal that I have seen previously before. Let's bring it to your Easter deal price. You're expecting this to be a considered strand, aren't you? You are. I certainly was. Not the case. $14.95. Well done, Claire, Christina, Lynette, Hampshire, Worcestershire, London, Pat, Susan, Deborah, hello to you in Pennsylvania, hello to you, Julia and Patricia in West Midlands, hello to you, Sheila and Karen, and Mercedes and Agnes and Amy. I've still got loads of web bidders with it in their baskets and lots of telephone bidders in the process of having conversations and making those confirmations. Every single lady in this studio right here, right now, is desperate to get hold of this. Kim, how many times have you said that this morning now? Is it literally 1 million? Probably 1 million, she says. She has said it a lot. She has said, I really want to get this. I really, really want to get this. And how much blue opal do you own? 3 strands. But you haven't got blue opal like this, have you, Kim? No.
That's blue opal made up for a night out. That's
It
the
is,
full
isn't it?
face of makeup and hair on that one.
This is the full shebang. This is not the just got out of bed look. This is the
Yeah.
I
Take
spent
hours to
time.
get ready. Yeah.
I spent time perfecting this look. Yeah, totally get me. These are like the supermodels of blue opals, aren't
They
they?
certainly are.
Because they're natural beauty, so really
Yeah.
they haven't got to spend time titivating. These are the supermodels of blue opals. That's the best way I can describe it. The natural beauties.
With one of the black opals in the middle.
Oh,
Just
yes, with one of those black matrix. Absolutely incredible. Check out as soon as you can, though. We had 200. We haven't got anywhere near that quantity remaining. Now, earlier on today as well, we brought you a super-sized bead scoop, basically. Now, let me explain. It's not coming in a big chiffon bag. This is a 10-strand mystery bundle. So I can't tell you what you're going to get. It's a mystery. It's like a bead scoop. It could be anything. So how do we do this, and how do we bring it so affordably? Because you might get that blue opal. You might get the black matrix opal. You might get carnelian. You might get lapis lazuli. You might get pearls. You might get jasper. You might get agate. You might get amethyst, you might get prehnite, you might get, oh, I could go on and on and on, sapphire, ruby, emerald, who knows, diamonds. Gosh, I almost went into the, oh my. It's a mystery. What we do is, if you think about it, all of the opportunities where we have maybe ones or twos remaining, which we might do, highly doubt it in the blue opal, but we might do, then what we'll do is we'll put into a bundle or a giant bead scoop like this, and we'll bring it to you at a clearance price point. Many people are already multi-buying, and that's pretty savvy in my eyes, because if you want, well, you can multi-buy and obviously you're going to get double the savings, triple the savings, whatever it is, or you can pick out your favourite strands, basically. We haven't got an example to show you, because the best way for me to do it is go, this is what you could get. You could get 2, 4, 6, 8, there we go. You might get this as your 10-strand bundle. It could be absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. Any cuts, any carat weights, any gemstones, anything whatsoever. So think about this as a super-sized bead scoop, basically. 10 strands of your beautiful genuine gemstones, all genuine gemstones, of course, for just £25. We've had lots of text messages coming through in the past of examples. We've had rubies. I've had somebody messaging to me saying that they had star diopside, amazing drusies. What was it that you mentioned, Fleur?
Aquamarine, I got
Aquamarine and briolette cuts that sort of stands out in your mind. And I asked Fleur, would you expect to invest more than £25 for that one aquamarine strand?
Definitely. Oh yeah, it was. I know it was definitely more than that.
So basically, you've paid less, you've discounted the aquamarine strand and got 9 for free. That's not bad, is it? It's not bad going, is it? So needless to say, great way of starting a stash if you want to get into jewellery making, great way of replenishing a stash, great way of really pushing those boundaries and pushing your limits, because we are, well, I'm certainly guilty of this, a little bit safe sometimes. Are you a safe person? I can't imagine you are.
No.
Are you a risk taker?
I'm a risk taker, yeah.
See, I can be a little bit boring. I need to be pushed a little bit sometimes.
No, I sometimes need to be reined back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what? We are like yin and yang then, Fleur, you and I. It's... To step outside my comfort zone, sometimes I do need to be, just a little bit encouraged somewhat. This is a great way of doing that in your jewellery techniques. £25 only. Now, we've got a whole hour of wonderful inspiration with the wonderful Fleur, of course, and an hour of jump rings. Don't forget also, you can win Fleur's beautiful jewellery in our competition. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you'll receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Sunstone is a member of the feldspar family and as such displays wonderful optical properties. Within this gemstone are many copper platelets, and these copper platelets not only add to the body colour of the gemstone, but they also reflect light in a really interesting way. This type of light reflection is known as adventurescence, and it is such a beautiful display of how unique gemstones and natural properties are.
Welcome back, everybody. Nice to have your company this morning. My name's Elena and you're watching Jewellery Maker. Happy Easter! Now, competition time. I'll announce when it starts and we will get into it. Yes, you get an opportunity to win the wonderful Fleur's jewellery that she has created from this kit, which we'll be showing in a short time. But before we do, let's bring you another amazing Easter deal. And whilst we have got loads of jump rings to bring you, a lot of them are small in stock, low in stock. Haven't got anything quite like this. Now, it's relatively new. We launched this recently. It's our Moroccan wire. I've been lucky, and is it brand new today? I've been lucky enough to travel to Morocco. Morocco it's probably one of the most energetic. It's a real feast for the senses, every single one of those senses, whether it be your eyes, your nose, everything. There's a lot to absorb. It's alive with activity. Brand new this is 2mm gauge wire. The Moroccan wire has got beautiful, beautiful texture to it, which almost feels like velvet. Hard to describe, but you can see that pattern is uniformed. It's 360 degrees, and it'd be very difficult to texture your wire in such a way. Great for structure, for all of our wire workers out there. Great for jump rings.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're going to make a lot of jump rings out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on the size of jump ring that you make, depends on how many you're going to make. But yeah, you could get quite a few out of that.
So great way of incorporating texture. One of the new designs, well, it is the new design, like I say, we're launching it today, your Moroccan wire. As you can see, there's 5 meters on this spool, and it is that 2mm gauge as well. So brand new in for one of your Easter deals, super affordable. Just a simple torque necklace, you know, you could literally structure this, form it around, I don't know, something round. What would you use?
Yeah, you could either use your necklace bust or
Use
a
your
willing
bust.
victim to
A victim?
Yes, a willing victim. My daughter's using my willing victim to try things on.
There we go, there we go. That's a good idea, actually. Actually try it on somebody else or yourself, if you like, in a mirror, to actually get that perfect, that torque necklace. Yeah. Same with, I was talking about something similar. It was a 2mm gauge wire that I had yesterday as arm cuffs and things like that. Also, the 2mm gauge wire, one thing I should mention is that I've really, here we go, you can see how much pressure I'm putting on it now. It's really meant to have a lot of restricting tension to it, I suppose.
And because it's been texturised, it has been work hardened as well a little bit. So it's not like the 2mm bare copper that's had nothing on it. This has been texturised, so it has got a little bit more of a rigidity about it, which makes it perfect for bangles.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you can literally make a 360 bangle out of one. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, just like a christening style. And Claire's done a few, Alison's done a few of those kind of styles. They're expandable, so they pull open and close.
Work amazingly. But I would, you'd need to use your tools with this. You do need to use your tools, just because it was actually putting pressure on my thumb there, just because of the quality, and that's exactly what 2mm wire like so is meant to be like. Brand new in today, with that beautiful Moroccan texture, which is so velvety, isn't it? Like I said, a feast for the senses. You can almost imagine, can't you, being in the square in Marrakesh with all that activity and the smells and scents going around. Should be coming your way at $19.95. It's vastly different from your copper wire, like Fleur said, vastly different from your aluminium wire. This has got the strength behind it. Very, very designer again. You can just literally imagine a torque necklace and any of your beautiful designs suspended from. Introductory launch, $14.95. And if you think about how much you would need to just literally do a torque necklace, what do you think? Maybe 12 inches? Maybe it depends what size you want, I suppose. It's going to go a long, long, long way. And you'd certainly invest more than $14.95 for a torque necklace.
Definitely, for a torque necklace, you definitely
gold-plated torque necklace.
Yeah. And they're very popular at the moment because of different. Obviously, as fashions change, different necklines change, and at the moment there's quite a lot of like Bardot neckline pieces.
Yes.
So you've got, you need it a little bit higher because your tops are a little bit higher, so you need that torque necklace.
Very flattering those as well.
Yes.
I do like the Bardot style. Very, very flattering. So your neckline piece, you're right, doesn't need to be that little bit shorter. Grab it whilst you can though, and again can be incorporated with, of course, your chainmail, or even use this as the torque necklace to suspend your chainmail designs from. For example, you had that new weave, the dragon scale. Dragon scale. Yeah. Can you imagine that hanging from this?
That would look amazing, wouldn't it? So you've got the two tones then, so it's trend. Right on trend.
Right on trend, and you've got the similar gauges and thicknesses of them. It's going to work wonderfully. Well done, everybody. Check out. Brand new in. Brand new in. It's lovely. It's velvety. It is time for your competition. Yes, extravaganza. I see what you did there. Genius. What you're going to do is search for your bunnies. Not this one. Not the one which is on the screen right now. But that's what they'll look like. So this is an example of your bunnies. So what you need to do then is text us at the end of the hour. I will ask you when to do that, so please don't do it before then, because obviously there might be more bunnies, with your name, your customer number and your answer to JM Studio 60777. Not yet. Don't do it yet, but do keep your eyes peeled for the little bunnies. And the competition starts now, with a chance to win the beautiful Fleur's wonderful pieces of jewellery. Now, we are starting with your enchanted chainmail. This kit is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now, so you're going to be winning those 2 necklaces and those 2 bracelets, if you are chosen at random. Okay. I'm going to start with the jump rings. You've got 3 different sizes of jump rings and lots of them. Lots and lots of them. Now, 200 of each size. There's 5mm, 6mm and 7mm in your silver-plated copper open jump rings. So, when we say open jump rings, as a chain mailer or somebody that wants to get into chain mail, it straight away thinks, okay, that's what I want to hear. Is that right?
Yeah, saw cut. Open jump rings, yeah.
There we go. Saw cut open jump rings is what you want to hear.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a nightmare if they're not cut, basically, because that means that you have to do it all. So it's saving you hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So 600 jump rings here. Already tons of people on the phone lines. Already tons and tons and tons of you, and we're going to show you how to incorporate this into your jewellery as well. Plus beautiful examples of your genuine gemstones. I love these pearls. They're amazing. Look at the size of these. Lovely shapes as well, almost teardrop shaped. What's on your screen is your should-be price. So it should be £41.65. Your white cultured pearls, there are a lovely irregular shape, go from 9 by 8 millimetres to 11 by 8 millimetres, and it's a long strand, so 36 centimetres in total, which could easily, especially with the knotting process, turn into a complete pearl necklace. So beautiful shapes. Lapis lazuli coming your way, 145 carats in your wheels. This is a nice combination, don't you think? The electric blues, the flashes of pyrite which you get forming in this gorgeous gemstone. Love this regal combination. And again, the silvers, you can see just how wonderfully they work. Then we have got your beautiful labradorite, and these are faceted rounds, 34 carats, and it's a 30 centimetre strand, varying from 3mm in size up to 4mm in size, and that flash of blue, which if you put it next to your lapis lazuli again, it's only going to be encouraged, because gemstones tend to take on the colour tones of their neighbours, shall we say. Still not done, because we've also got lapis lazuli in this beautiful carved rose pendant, and it's 30 centimetres in size. Can I see if I can hold that? There we go. Beautiful carving of this gorgeous gemstone. 30 millimetres in size. How have you used this then?
As a feature.
As a feature pendant.
Yeah, so with the labradorite, it's got a tiny drill hole at the top.
Oh,
so
has it?
Yes, it's drilled at the top, so
yes,
you can
there,
actually
look.
attach either a jump ring through there, or I've wired it into a pendant design.
That's a really good feature. I've never noticed that before with a cabochon. So yeah, actually having that drill hole, which is just at the top here, can you see that? Actually having that drill hole, what a really good feature that is. Ah, see now that makes this shape and a cabochon all of a sudden a lot easier.
And if you didn't want to use the drill hole, if you wanted to prong set, that's no problem at all, because you wouldn't see it with the prong going over the top. I've just put a section of 0.4 wire with a labradorite bead onto it and fed it through, and then used the 0.4 wire as my weaving wire for my bail. So they're so easy to work with.
Wonderful. I've never seen the drill hole in such a pendant like this. I'm going to have to bring the price in. Already very, very popular. Should be £41.65 for 600 jump rings, various different sizes. Oh my goodness, I've just heard what this is going to. 40 are in baskets on the web.
Kim, that's really naughty. That's really naughty.
I'd pay that for the pearls. I'd pay that for the lapis lazuli carving.
That is an amazing price.
You tell her, Fleur.
Kim, that's naughty. That's a good naughty.
It's a good naughty, yeah. But I shouldn't even entertain the fact that you're not going to get this, Fleur.
No, I know.
And by the way, you know, lapis lazuli, pearls, 600 jump rings.
And the labradorite is amazing.
And it is amazing. It really is. Beautiful flashes coming through. We had how many in stock? 125. Over 60 have gone. and we've got approximately 40 in baskets already. So needless to say, one of the biggest and fastest sellers of the day so far. Now you've still got a second part to this kit as well to add to it. Absolutely incredible. 600 jump rings. It's going to last you.
Yeah, it's going to last you a long time. You know, you can. I've used mine in neckline pieces. If you wanted to do bracelets, you could do at least 4 bracelets, at least.
Can I just say, the competition winner, I'm jealous because I really want that pearl chainmail necklace.
I like that one, yeah, and the chainmail section in the middle on the pendant. Yeah,
amazing,
really.
Absolutely incredible. But you can make it too, so don't leave it to chance. Look how beautiful this is. Doesn't it work incredibly? And you'd expect to pay more than £21.95 and then some, to be honest, for just one of those pieces. Second part of the kit though for you today, beautiful wire, lovely wire, and this always flies. This is quite soft.
Yep.
So great for rosary linking.
Yep. Perfect. And if you're new to wire work, absolutely perfect. It's very forgiving because it's soft, it's so malleable, but you've got the different gauges and the different strengths there as well, so it's perfect if you've never tried wire wrapping before.
So weaving, you can do all sorts, again, various different tutorials available on our website. There's various tutorials available via our DVDs as well. You have here 10 metres on each spool, and they come in the 4 different gauges. So you've got the 1mm, the 8mm, the 0.6mm and the 0.4. These are essentially they are the foundation wires that you need, aren't they? Yeah. They are your essential wires in terms of the gauges.
Yeah, definitely.
So you use your 1mm for your structures and your 0.8mm if you like, and your 0.6 and your 0.4 tends to be for more of your intricate weaving or something like that. You mentioned Claire earlier on. She would use this for probably wire writing or something amazing like that, wouldn't she?
Yeah, and it would be so much easier with the soft core wire as well because it flows more beautifully, and like I say, it's so forgiving. I mean, I'm not a very good wire worker, and I can achieve really nice curves and bends with this wire because it didn't fight against me.
Yeah,
it worked with me.
So you mentioned that this is different to normal wire. This is, what did you say, soft core?
Yeah, so this is a softer core. So the copper that's in the middle is a softer density than the ones that say come on the reels.
Yes.
So it all has its place. It all works brilliantly. I did a macrame bracelet. I was watching Mark and I loved one of his bracelets, so I just emulated that bracelet with the 0.6, but it macrame so beautifully.
Yeah, I bet.
Because it's so fluid, and the swirls and the curls that you can do with it. Again, like I say, it doesn't fight against you. It's not trying to spring the other way. It wants to help you.
It does feel kind of like, you know, fabric-like, doesn't it? Quite
so
silky.
lovely.
So yeah, I totally agree. Great for beginners, but also great for incorporating into lots of different mediums as well. Maybe kumihimo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can work hard on it. I've worked hard on the pendant, so I've tapped it with a hammer onto a steel block, and it worked hard. And so I've densed the core of the copper, and then it becomes like your normal wire. So it's very easy to work with. Very
versatile then, if you can turn it into that dense wire or not, as the case might be. Okay, 40 metres in total. We should be at £19.80. Really? You know, when you just think, right, I've been here for quite a while now, for quite a while now at Jewellery Maker, and yet still I say, pardon? £12.95.
It's a perfect bundle.
£12.95. And yesterday I had the lovely Linda Brumwell. How many have we got in stock? 82. It's not nearly enough. Look at how many of you are on the phone lines. Oh gosh, I've got even more of you on my call screen. And make sure you check out. Yesterday I had the lovely Brummy. And we were being all nostalgic, Fleur. And we were saying, do you remember when 10 metres of wire, say your 1mm or even your 0.8mm, would have been more than this?
Yep. Oh yeah.
It would have just one 10 metre reel.
Yep.
Not 4. So hang on, we haven't just halved our own price. We're at 25% of what we used to be, and I'm just being approximate there. And I think we could have been. I think Amazing, absolutely incredible. Loads of you there. Do check out. There was only 82, and I can literally see rows of you. USA, UK, Isle of Wight, Herefordshire, County Durham, Midlands, Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, London, Yorkshire, France is there as well, up and down all around the UK. I'm not surprised, up and down all around the world rather. Not surprised it's almost sold out. Fabulous. And again, this is the wire that you used in this as well, so it matches beautifully with the jump rings.
Yeah, it matches absolutely beautifully. Well, I would say if you've had a go at wire work before and it hasn't been for you because you've struggled, have a go with this because it is completely different. You'll find that it really is so much easier to create those structured pieces with this soft core wire.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take a wander over to the lovely Fleur. Oh my goodness. Can I just say, jealous isn't a good word, is it? It's not a good trait either. Can't have that one. Oh really? Do we have to give it away? No, I'm not being spoilt. But that's incredible. And the bracelet, I want all of it. I always want your jewellery though, Fleur. I always want your jewellery. These are amazing.
With chainmails, keep touching it because it's tactile.
I'm going to put this just down here so people, it's not part of the kit.
I didn't make it.
You didn't make that.
I didn't make it.
No, but you did make these beautiful pieces. Now, before we get into your wonderful demonstrations, the kit's sold out, both parts.
Oh gosh.
Not surprised by that. This is going to sell out too. I've got gold-plated 925 sterling silver jump rings coming your way. Hasn't been on your screens since October last year. So we've brought you the copper, we've brought you the decorative jump rings. We've only got 140 of these in stock. And they have got your precious metal on precious metal, basically. So your gold plate over the sterling silver. You're getting 50 in a pack, and these are your 6mm jump rings. Now, when we start talking about investing in your precious metals, obviously, because it is more of a considered purchase, how many? We said 130 for a Byzantine bracelet, which is a lot of precious metal, isn't it? That's a lot of weight.
It is a lot of weight there, but for me, if you are branching into your precious metals, do your earrings. Because you need very few to do your earrings, and you've still got the same profit margin with earrings. It's relative to the piece.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could do the butterfly wings with these beautiful jump rings as well. So you could do those, and you would double, even triple your price that you would sell them at, because they are precious metal. Because they are the sterling silver, and we automatically associate sterling silver as, okay, well, that's considered then. Yeah. Or it's automatic, and rightly so. It's kind of instilled in us as children, I think. Rightly so. Only 140 of them are available, though I only wish I had a bigger quantity. That's the one tragedy, I suppose. Do your Mobius rings like you were describing earlier on. You can do the centre of the necklace that you like, the Byzantine square that we're going to do in a moment. You could do that in 9-carat gold on sterling silver, and then use your wires to weave in and out. So both of these links. So you've got with the pearl necklace that we're looking at right now. So that's the sweet pea. So the links in between the sweet pea, and then the centre section is a Byzantine square. So you can do both of those with this size. Amazing. And then on the lapis lazuli piece here, what's that link? They're 7mm, and they are full Persian links. Full Persian links. Yeah. So, could you create both of these links with these? You probably couldn't do the full Persian with a 6mm. It's the inner diameter and aspect ratio is slightly wrong. You need more wiggle room. More wiggle room. And there's not enough wiggle room. But most of the actual weaves you can certainly do with these as well. I only wish I had a bigger quantity, because again I can see from the corner of my eye tons and tons and tons of chain mailers and jewellery makers full stop, because we do need these as findings. You know, it's not just for this medium. Should be coming your way at £9.95. You think the average gram weight, it's on your screen, 6.2 is the average gram weight here that you're getting with 50 jump rings. That's a lot of precious metal, and ultimately that's what precious metal is sold on. It's not going to be at your should be price though. I don't know if listen. I don't even try and keep up to date with the price of silver and the price of gold, because it changes every minute basically. But you know, £7.95 for genuine sterling silver. For that amount as well, you can see the gram weight. You can see how substantial they are. You can see the beauty and the quality. I'm just laughing because all you'd need is 2 head pins and 2 shepherd's hooks. and you can create those butterfly earrings. And say it costs you £10, you've only used half of your jump rings, you've got half left, and you won't be selling those earrings for £10.
So you're saying those butterfly earrings, you can make 2 pairs?
Yep.
And what, sell them £30?
Yeah, oh yeah, with the sterling silver, they'd definitely be a £30. And then if I had a pearl underneath or a genuine gemstone underneath, probably 35, depending on the gemstone that I put with it.
Definitely. If you incorporate one of the pearls from that kit,
Yeah.
without shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
So amazing. Check out those as soon as you can, because we only had 140. So I know I keep repeating that, but I don't want you to miss out. Well over half the stock has gone already. Not surprised. More jump rings coming your way. But before we do, what are you going to demonstrate for us?
So I'm going to demonstrate how to make a pendant out of chainmail. So sometimes chainmail isn't for everybody because they don't like the full-on chainmail look, but you might want to just use a section of it as a pendant and then add it onto whatever medium you're working with, whether macrame or wire work. So I'm going to do the Byzantine square in the middle. And it's it is literally a Byzantine, so it's perfect for anybody that's just starting as well. So if you've never tried chainmail, Byzantine's a lovely weave to start with, because from Byzantine there's about 30 or 40 different variants of Byzantine. So once you've learnt Byzantine, you've in effect learnt another 30 weaves on top of that.
Really?
Because with a different placement of where each jump ring goes onto that Byzantine, it creates a different weave.
So it's like your Latin it's like the Latin of languages, I suppose.
It is. It's a fabulous one to start with, and that's why I think why everybody does start with this beautiful Byzantine weave. So what I did is I took one of my 7mm jump rings, and I added 8 6mm. 7mm jump ring and 8 6mm jump rings onto it. So what in effect I'm doing is I take 2 to the top, 2 to the side, and 2 to the bottom. So that's the kind of cross look that I'm going to be going for. So each pair is where a Byzantine section is going to start. Now when you're new to this, what I suggest is you get a piece of wire and you just tie those out the way so that they don't get involved in what you're doing. Because
top tip.
Yeah.
I've not seen you do that before.
So now you've got all those out the way, so you now know that you're just going to work on these 2 here. So with a Byzantine link, we need 3 sets of 2 to be able to fold back into a Byzantine knot. But when we're doing a triangle or a square, we save a jump ring because we don't need 2 jump rings in the middle. It doesn't need that much structure in the middle. So we're going to imagine that is my first pair. This is my second pair. I'm now going to add on my third. So you put 2 in there. And it's always a doubled weave. You always need 2 a pair to be able to fold it back, because one's got to go either side. But what I'm going to do now is support that middle jump ring, and I'm only going to work on these 2 pairs that I've just added. Let the first pair fall either side, give them a little squeeze together, and when you've got the correct size, it's a lot easier than with these large jump rings. And now can you see, as I've squeezed them together, these 2 are naturally, so the second pair in effect, so I've let the first pair fall down and squeezed them, the second pair are now opening up a little bit, and now I can see again, in the middle, I can see my first pair back there again. So if I hold it like that, you can see the formation of the knot. So I'm now going to take my next pair of jump rings, and I'm going to just pull up that first pair of jump rings in between the second pair. So I just go through and pull it together.
Ah, look at that. See, now that's the infamous Byzantine that we know and love.
Yeah. Now, because it's a double weave, we need to pop another jump ring through again just to keep the look of it. Now, with this little square, I added 3 jump rings onto the end, just to give it a little bit of more of a designer look, if you like. So it was something that was a little bit more different, so it looked a bit like a flower. So that's my first Byzantine section done. So what I'm going to do now is just take off my little piece of wire that's holding everything out the way. And I'm going to take the next pair and just pop those back on the piece of wire. So now I'm going to take my next pair and do exactly the same. So I've got 2 sections, I need a 3rd section. So I'm just going to go in again, pop on my next pair of jump rings. And exactly the same technique. Let the first pair fall down either side. You can give them a little pinch when you've got the correct size. Open up the second pair, and then you're going to pull back the first pair up into the gap.
Into the centre.
Into the centre. So going in and just pulling those up into the Byzantine knot. So it's only ever 2 jump rings that you're pulling up. And if you ever forget which ones they are, it's the ones that aren't attached to anything. So the second pair are attached to the one that I'm holding and the first pair. The third pair, the final pair, which are going to actually pull up to the knot, they're not really attached to anything, they're loose, they can be moved around. And what you can do to help as well is get a piece of wire or a little pokey tool, you know, the one that comes in your kit.
I love that, a little pokey tool.
Yeah, the one that comes in your kit, you know, the little awl. or pokey tool. Don't poke people with it because it is quite sharp.
Yeah, yeah. Do you mean the reamer?
That's the one, the pokey tool.
The pokey tool.
The pokey tool.
Yoink. Yeah. No, don't poke people, it is quite sharp. You're so funny.
So now I've got my first jump ring on and then pop my second jump ring on. So I won't do any more because you get the idea. So you can see now I've got my first 2 sections of,
Love a Byzantine.
So that in effect is a traditional, if you ignore the 4 on the bottom, that's a traditional Byzantine segment. So what you would do is do exactly the same for the other 4, so split them into 2 pairs and do exactly the same. So what you end up with is, I'll just take the wires out of this one and I can show you. You end up with a beautiful little Byzantine square. If I hold it up a bit better. See, this is why you're really good with the tweezers, I can't do
I wouldn't go that far.
So it's a little bit loose at the minute because we haven't got the gemstones around it to hold it in place. But you can see how we've got the 4 segments of Byzantine and that 7mm jump ring in the middle holding it all together.
Holding everything together.
So that's what you need to be able to make to start your pendant.
Do you know what else looks amazing with the Byzantine, and I've certainly seen you create weaves and pieces of jewellery with it before as well, is that combination of colours. I love that, and textures. 3-tone, 2-tone. 2-tone in particular I think works,
yes,
because because you're using those 2.
Yeah, and it makes a pattern look 3D. It brings it to life, so you can see the layers of the jump rings of where they've been.
Absolutely. So could you create?
Yes, you could. Definitely.
There we go, as if like we planned it. No, genuinely, it does look amazing with the Byzantine, doesn't it? That mixture. These are essentials for your chainmail. You've got the gold and silver plated open jump rings. You're getting 300 pieces in total. Now, I can't quite see the dimensions of these.
They look like a 9 and a 7.
What's that, sorry?
9 and 7.
9 and 7.
Yes, and
see, such a pro that you can look at a jump ring and know what millimetre it is. So 9mm in the silver. Yeah. 7mm in the yellow gold. Kim's just said to me, seriously, how have you done that? Because that is absolutely correct.
So I'm a geek.
She's a jump ring geek. I love that. I love that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a bit of a geek as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
a bit of a geek. A jump ring geek. Yes, you should. 200 in the gold and 100 in the silver, by the way. So 300 in total. So going back to, you can make so many pieces of jewellery.
Yeah, you can. And the 9mm look amazing. You can get about 7 or 8 jump rings into a Mobius or a vortex with that, so it makes a real, substantial piece of jewellery. And then the gold, you could definitely attach that into the kit if you got the kit with the lapis lazuli. Because the gold and lapis lazuli
that's a really good point, actually. Maybe that 2-tone with the lapis lazuli would just look amazing. It's going to encourage.
See, the gold would come out of the lapis even more.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, let's bring that price tag in for you. 300 jump rings, going straight down to it because everything is selling out, and we want to get back to the lovely Fleur for your demonstrations. £9.95 only. Yeah. I know we were talking about this earlier, but for the benefit of those that maybe had a bit of a lie-in this morning, Fleur, our jump rings, and it's not just us saying this, are some of the best.
They are the best. They are the best. And I used to cut my own jump rings, and I can't cut them this precision.
So, because you can buy jump rings which are a complete circle, can't you?
Yeah.
And then you cut them with your saw blades.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when we're talking about precision cutting, that's something that we shouldn't underestimate, really, because what were we talking about? How they join back together? Yeah.
So a precision cut. So if you can see on my larger jump ring, because it's a slightly larger blade that's cut through this jump ring. If you can you see that? Okay, that.
Yeah, you can actually see the join.
You can see. Can you see there's a gap in the middle?
Yeah.
Because the blade that was used was slightly too thick to cut these jewellery. So you've taken that slither of metal out.
Yep.
So although it's gone back as a perfect circle, there's a tiny little gap. And if you looked at exactly the same on one of the Jewellery Maker jump rings, you can't see any gap at all. There is no gap because they've been precision cut. And these have not been, it takes time to cut a jump ring. If you cut them really fast, all you'll do is fracture all the metal downwards into burrs. So if you cut them on a machine like a big circular saw, if you like, you know, you can cut them too roughly, you'll not get these amazing finishes that you can get. And chainmail, the beauty of chainmail comes from the finish. That
Yeah,
you get.
absolutely. It has to be the finish, which is absolutely key. If this is the main component, I suppose. Low in stock opportunity, so this is going to be pretty much none and gone. Now you have got your twisted jump rings in here, and also your plain jump rings. There are only 46 of these available in stock, sadly. So first come, first serve. Jump ring twist, at 400. They're in your silver-plated copper, and the twisted are 9mm, and there's 200 of these, and the regular 7mm, and you've got 200 of those as well. Again, you can use these perfectly together.
Yeah, absolutely perfectly. And the twisted jump rings are not two pieces of wire twisted together. It's one section of wire that's been twisted and then cut into jump rings. So it's not like you've got 4 ends that have to go back together. You've still only got traditionally the 2 ends of a jump ring.
Again, something that you would think of that many wouldn't, myself absolutely included. Less than 50 of these available, so we're going to go straight down because already loads of these are in baskets. So for 400 jump rings here, again with the texture, the combination which works lovely together, £12.95 only. We did say that today's show was full of. I mean, it's perfect for chainmailers. Obviously, we've got you in you in the studios. Fleur, we're going to make the most of that. Make the most of that.
It's so lovely to see them all.
Yeah, but all selling out pretty much. Now, I've got some more. Don't panic. Don't panic. Well, no, actually, panic. Don't really panic. Don't really. There are 42 of these.
Panic.
Yeah, dial. No, don't really panic. Don't really. But I certainly have a sense of urgency right now on the phone lines.
Yeah.
There's 200 each of these sizes in the 9 and the 6. What's that OD?
Outer diameter.
Oh, outer diameter. Okay.
Are they round or are they on square wire?
These are round. Are they round? Yeah, these are round. £12.95 as well.
Gosh.
I certainly mean they have got a kind of square wire-esque look about them, haven't they?
These have got a sheen rather than a shine. So the other ones are really shiny, but these have got like a beautiful sheen across them. I absolutely love these ones.
A sheen rather than a shine.
Well, some of them are really shiny. And,
I know what you mean.
Do you know
if
what
I
I mean?
put these next to them,
because then you can see the differences. So one's like a bright, and one's
that's
just
the
got like a
shine,
sheen to it.
and that's the sheen. I totally get where you're coming from. Do you know what?
I love these.
You're good, aren't you?
I do like these.
She's good, isn't she?
I bought lots of these just before Christmas we launched these, and I bought lots.
They're
lots
fab,
of
aren't they?
Yeah.
Almost sold out. I've got one more opportunity to bring you, because you've seen how quickly our jump rings sell out, because it is without doubt one of our most popular mediums. I love the fact that it's not just ladies, it's lads as well,
Yes,
gents and ladies, and all different ages as well. If you run out of jump rings, all is not lost. All is not lost. You can make them. You can. You just need the right tools for the job, and you need wire, obviously.
Perfect, they are.
There we go. Oh, wait, pardon. Even better, sorry. Actually pick up the right tool now. Here we go. So what does it say at the top? Jewellery Maker. So if you got that Moroccan wire earlier on...
2mm wire.
Yes, I'm going to turn it like so you can actually see the different dimensions. It's fairly self-explanatory, really, isn't it?
It is. The sizes that you see on the screen, so the 10mm, 12, 14 and 16, make the inner diameter. So that's because that's the mandrel size. So depending on the depth of the wire that you use, so say you did use that 2mm wire, you'd add 4mm to each one.
Right.
If you use a 1mm wire, you add 2 because you've got 2 sides.
Okay.
I know sometimes it confuses people. Why would you add 4 when it's only a 2mm wire? But you've got to add both sides.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That was an illustration of it being used. Here's a FIFA review from Susan saying, great product, works a treat, absolutely. So you basically choose your mandrel, screw it into the piece of perspex, basically, which acts as a bit of an anchor, I guess. You've got a small area which you can then attach your whatever wire it is you want to make your jump rings out of, and you spin, basically. It's very simple, and then you cut them. So great if you want to start using your real patterned wire or your coloured wires. We were saying that Debbie earlier, another one of our guest designers, loves using coloured wire. So all is not lost if we do sell out of jump rings. There's a great alternative. So this is it. This is how you actually create your own jump rings, and you snip it off, trim that bit like so, slide it off the actual mandrel, and snip through the centre. Easy as that. So for the tool with all the different size mandrels, $7.95. I bet this is one of your essentials.
It is, and it's not only just for jump rings, because they are mandrels, so you can make your shepherd's hook earrings, you know, use them as a mandrel for gizmo coils, larger gizmo coils, feature pieces within your jewellery. They are absolutely fabulous for that, because, I mean, I've even hammered onto them because they're steel as well. You can hammer onto them as well and work hard on your jump rings.
They've got durability to them as well.
Yeah, they're fabulous. So they are a must-have, because if you've made a bright pink necklace, you want a bright pink clasp and jump ring to go with it.
Which you can't always buy, can you? You can't always buy. And again, you know, it's one of those tools which it might look to the novice like myself, that's fairly uninspiring. But actually, it's probably one of the most exciting tools that a chain mailer can own.
Exactly, and like I say, wire workers as well, because you still need to make those few jump rings for the ends of your pieces of jewellery. Yeah,
absolutely. Fabulous, thank you so much. Pretty much everything's selling out, by the way, so you do need to have a certain sense of urgency. Back to our wonderful Fleur.
Could I just borrow the black, because I'm just thinking you won't be able to see.
You can.
And you won't be able to see the silver on there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to create my wire base for the back of this pendant. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just some gold wire, just so you can see the difference of where these go. So I need 4 pieces of gold wire, and they're all about 8 inches long. Okay, so what I need to do now is to create the base for all those swirls and the bail as well, so it all gets added in together, and somewhere for my labradorite to go. Now, if you can see, where's my thingy piece? If you can see here on this large section here, can you see these 2 wing-like sections? So the 2 diagonal ones, the green one and the yellow one. That's where your wire is going to go through. Okay, so you need to put 2 pieces of wire through each of those. So I'll just pop that down and just pick it up. Now, if you pick it up, it's easier because it's sort of still loose. So you just weave your 2 pieces of wire into there. So you're creating like a back plate. So this is going to be the back of your pendant. So you're not going to see it, but it's going to create the wire swirls, because I wanted it to be, it's ethereal, isn't it? The title. I wanted it to look quite nice and ethereal. So there's my one section gone in. I'm going to turn it round and do exactly the same on this section. So just spend your time just weaving it through. I can
feed it through.
That's it. Sorry if my hands are in the way. And there's lots of room in there. You could use your pokey tool as well. You could use that tool.
I love that. You've renamed the Bee Dreamer.
Yeah. You could use your pokey tool.
Your pokey tool.
So once you've got one in there, it's a lot easier to get the other one straight through. There we go. So I've now got all 4 pieces of wire in place. Okay. So we can straighten that out in a second. So what I need to do now is I need to turn it over so it's the right side facing me. Because what I need to do now is put my labradorite in all 4 sections.
Do you know what this is remind me of? Sort of the centre of a cross.
Yes.
Pendant,
so you could do a cross with this. You could certainly make this into a cross, and then what you could do with the wires, you could sort of wire weave either side and make a beautiful cross. I've made it into swirls, but once you've got that centre section and all these wires, then you can do whatever you like. So you could hang things from these as well. So simple. It's quite a simple design. It's just that little section in the centre, and once you've got those wires behind, then, as Jan would say, the world's your lobster.
Your world is your lobster.
The world's your lobster.
Is it true that lobsters are mate for life?
Yes, they do.
Is that
They do.
true?
Yeah, because me and my friend Becky call each other lobster.
Ah.
Yeah, we're friends for
That's
life.
so cute. It's our friends, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's where we found it. Yeah, that's
So
where we heard it. So what I've done now is each section's going to have 2 labradorite in the middle. Now, if you wanted to use the lapis lazuli, you could use that as well. I just found that the labradorite worked beautifully. So what I've done is, do you know the 3 jump rings that I pulled up into the Byzantine knot? I've put in a piece of 0.4mm wire through there, and I'm going to use half. So half of it's going to stay, and half, I need quite a long section. So about 7 or 8 inches again would be absolutely fine. And I'm going to add 2 labradorite in. So what half of this wire is going to do is create my weaving for my bail. Oops, that one doesn't want to be on screen, does it? It's camera shy. There you go. So I've got the 2 on there. So this section of wire here is what I'm going to make my bail from.
Okay.
So the rest of it's now got to weave these gemstones through this cross. So I've put my 2 gemstones on. I'm then going to go through the next 3
So it's kind of
jump
sewing.
rings. So you're just sewing them in place. So you're going to carry on going, and I won't do them all because I've got one that's already at this stage. So you're just going to carry on going all the way around till you've got them all in place. So it only takes 8 of your labradorite, and it's very simple because your wire works as like a really good needle. Just make sure that you don't attach it into the wire there. There we go. Like I say, just sort your wires as you're going. Don't get them all tangled. So you're going to carry on going all the way around till you get to this section. I thought I'd lost it then. Where's it
An
gone?
organised Fleur would not have loved that at all. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness! Look how it's transformed though, from like a cross to
Yeah.
a full flower.
So now I've got my 4 pieces of wire. Sorry.
There we go.
So now I've got all my labradorites in place. I've got my section of 0.4 wire that's coming out the top there that's going to use to create my bail. So these 2 here are going to be my bail, these 2. And now what I need to do now is with this long piece of wire, I need to actually get all this knitted together, if you like. So I need to now weave it all together. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to spread out all the pieces of wire. Now at this point you need to make sure that you've got equal amounts either side, because once you start to weave it together you can't then pull these wires through because we're going to weave it quite tight.
I guess you're going to be anchoring it together, aren't you? So yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come underneath the first wire. So all I've done is gone underneath it. Okay, I'm going to go all the way around and push it down. I'm then going to go the opposite way around the next wire and move to the next 2 sets of wire. And again, it's all hidden behind, so it doesn't matter. I go under the first one and over the second one. And again, we can keep spreading these out later at a later date. So under the first one, so a full revolution round and over the second. So all I'm doing is I'm starting to knit these wires into place, and it becomes an integral part of the pendant. So you only need to go around once or twice, and you can see now it's starting to firm up. So now all these wires, nothing's going to move now.
Yeah.
So you can go around. You could actually carry on spiralling round each wire like this and make it part of your design. So I'm just going to go around just once more onto this one here. And like I say, it doesn't really matter about the pattern. It's not like a woven bracelet where you're going to see that pattern all the time. It's hidden behind. So if I just show you now.
It's more bonding them, I suppose.
Yeah, so if I turn it over, I mean, that's really rough. You'd spend a lot more time at home. But you can see how it's actually weaving them in from the chainmail and the labradorite into the wire. So they're all now in place. So you carry on going. Now what you can do is go all the way around. If you've not left enough wire here for your bail, you can use this long section here for your bail. So it doesn't really matter which section you're going to use. So 2 of my pieces now are going to be for my bail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this out of the way. Cut this off so it's out of the way. What you do to finish it off is just go around a couple of times and then just pinch it in with your pliers as normal. And then that one would be for my bail. And now to make those lovely swirls, and this is where this beautiful wire comes in so lovely, because it's so soft and malleable. So I've now got my 4 pieces of wire that I can swirl. Now you can make this design idea yourself. What I did is I put a loop on each one and then spiraled them all the same way. You don't have to do that. I'm just going to cut these down so they're all level. And like I said, if you wanted to make this into a cross, this is where you can now absolutely make that into a cross. You've got all these pieces of wire that you could spiral and have gemstones hanging down from them. It doesn't really matter. So what I do is take my round nose pliers. So so I've just put those together for my bail. I'm just going to make a little loop on the end. Is it all right if I pick it up?
Spirals are very easy to do as well. You do a little loop and then just follow it round, really.
When you want to make an open spiral, what you do is pop your pliers in with your wrist, so your thumb's pointing upwards, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm turning the piece of wire at the same time. So can you see how easy and malleable this wire is? So you just keep spiraling. You can even do it with your fingers with this, and I've got a bit too much. These wires are a bit too long. But you can see how easy it is to spiral it. Sorry, to spiral it round. If I just hold it up there.
Should I put my hand behind that? So
yeah,
there we go.
There you go. So you can see how you can spiral them all round. Now again, if you want to copy my design, I did all my spirals the same size. What I would say is, if you're quite new to wire work like me and you don't know how much wire you're going to need for a spiral, keep them longer and then just nibble them down until you get the correct size. Because what you don't want to do is chop them really small and then find that you don't like the design.
Yeah, you want them longer.
Yeah, although your chainmail section in the middle is still valid, you just cut the 0.4mm wire out. But that's your simple design.
So beautiful, Fleur, as always, and you know I've got my eye on all of those pieces. Now the phone lines are open. Text, call, whichever it might be, for your answers for your wonderful extravaganza competition, where you get the chance to win not just the one necklace that Fleur's been demonstrating, both neckline pieces and both bracelets. Yeah, amazing. Start your text, JM Studio 60777 with all of the above information on. Thank you so much, my darling. Now I have to take Mosey this way because we have got another Easter amazing deal for you. And of course we have to announce the competition winner. It's up after this. Wow, we've covered black opal, natural Peruvian blue opal, we've had Tahitian pearls, green diamonds yesterday. Easter truly has been extravagant. And now we're about to bring an amazing one locational gemstone. This is mined in Siberia under extreme climates. In an ideal world, it's mined only 2 to 3 months of the year. Because of the extreme weather conditions, the ground is so frozen that you simply cannot break through the Earth's crust. So this is, well, what that picture you've just seen was actually the summer months of where this gemstone is actually unearthed. Often I'll refer to the fact that many gemstones will emulate the beauty of their location. You know, this is the one that bucks that trend in a sense that it doesn't look anything like the location that it's actually unearthed from. That is very hostile, it's very cold, it's very extreme, whereas your chrome diopside is warm, vigorous, intense, you know, everything basically that, that you actually saw in that last image. But this gemstone, not only is it only mined just 2 to 3 months of the year, there are rumours that the mine itself has completely and utterly closed. Now, obviously, because of the complexities of gaining solid information from that location, it's something that we are desperate to get hold of. And Steve Bennett, former CEO, is travelling to that location at some point this year. He's been trying to do it for many years, in actual fact. But there's rumours basically that either the chrome diopside mine has been purchased by a very affluent Chinese dealer or trader, I should say, or collector or businessman, whatever, and basically bought the entire world's exclusive rights to chrome diopside. The other rumour is that it's simply no longer financially viable to source this gemstone just because of the extreme costs in mining, and to fewer miners returning on an annual basis. Now, I'm about to bring you over 700 carats of a natural green gemstone. You know, this is like the $1 million emerald, basically, or £1 million emerald. It's often referred to that as because it's way more refractive than any emerald will be. It's got natural colour. Many emeralds are awfully dyed. In this opportunity, you're getting some of the biggest examples of chrome dioxide and faceted by Mother Nature. So I love that. I mean, it doesn't need the polishing. It doesn't need. It doesn't actually need any polishing or facets. You're getting 2 meters. So this is just the one. 2 meters of one of the world's most exclusive gemstones. We haven't been able to buy chrome dioxide in I don't know how long. So I think that's only set to become more and more and more and more complex. Now this is just 1 meter. You've also got another full meter here as well. Have to bring that price tag in. We're talking about a natural, beautiful green gemstone. Wow, are you kidding me? I was expecting this. That's less than £25 for a meter. $49.95. Fleur, I don't think you could even buy a 30 centimetre strand for that price tag.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That's an amazing price for such a beautiful gemstone.
It really is, isn't
and
it?
I love these rough nuggets. I think these are absolutely wonderful. And do you know the large gold jump rings that we did earlier? The really large ones with the twisted detail?
Yes.
Just pop a strand either side of that and then pull it up and then just put your end fastenings on. And that is a really beautiful piece of jewellery that hasn't taken you very long, because all you do is restrand those Absolutely, and just to highlight, and just using one, did you say, Fleur? Yeah.
One or two?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to highlight the rarity, I mean, I've been lucky enough to work for Jewellery Maker for many years, coming up to 4 years now, and in my time, and again, worked across also what was our sister channels, in that time I've brought chrome dioxide hours, designated showcases if you like, but they were becoming less and less and less and less and less frequent. I don't know, it was actually more like semi-annual rather than what used to be a monthly basis, so exceedingly difficult to get hold of, and this is totally natural. You can see the fact that without faceting, without polishing, you've got that gorgeous sparkle. Grab it whilst you can, because I don't know, even if you just sat on this, I'm not allowed to say that I would, I'm not a financial advisor, believe me, you wouldn't want me to be, I'm rubbish at maths, but I'm all down for buying rare gemstones, beautiful gemstones, which are nigh on impossible to get hold of right now as a sensible purchase. Now, stay where you are, check out as soon as you possibly can, because we've got so much more to bring you. Who has won Fleur's wonderful pieces of jewellery? The winner is, chosen at random, Leanne Warren. Congratulations, Leanne. I am super jealous. I am. I'm not afraid to admit it. I am super jealous because I really, really, really love Fleur's pieces. Fleur, you're not going anywhere, my lovely, are you?
No,
you're stopping with me. Good, because we're not going to let you anyway. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And congratulations, Leanne. More deals coming your way. Happy Easter, everybody. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after this.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you'll receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively